Also, forget it. We're voice live now. Well, you're welcome, everyone. I know I did that stuff. Go ahead, Molly. You had something to say.
No, I just said voice
what?
live.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go again, Molly. I want to interrupt you this time.
Are you doing that?
No. Just say it again. Whatever you said, say it again.
I said voice
live.
I
definitely won't interrupt you.
Welcome everybody to the Toby Keith Memorial stream.
Oh my God, no, we're not doing that.
We're definitely not doing it. Yes, Molly, I was messing with you. I was interrupting you on purpose. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Is it
We
Salt?
will get sued. Stop that. By his estate.
It's not. I was just being a dick. Hold on.
Okay.
But no, I used to do that all the time when I first started DMing because, Molly knows my first D&D experiences were playing at her dad's table, and there was a lot of things that I interpreted as rules as written that were his house rules.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember, like, in the moment that they were house rule things. I was just like, oh yeah, that's the rule, right? And then when I'd look it up, I'd be like, oh shit, that's totally wrong.
Yeah, I remember when I played early, like before I started DMing, we had a lot of house. Well, the first DM I played under was not fun to play under, and so then the second DM I had, he was also a player in that guy's campaign. So we house ruled a bunch of stuff to get away from what that guy used, which wasn't even necessarily raw. If we played raw, it would have been fine. But since we kind of like went much more of a wry, like rules as intended route, or what we felt was rules as intended for 3.5. We steered clear and had some house rule stuff that I then kind of took into my own DMing, but also just because I'm a fan of rules as intended in general.
Right.
So I'm with a few glaring exceptions, I generally try and do most things where I interpret them where I feel like that's the intention, and whether or not I'm right is irrelevant because that's how I like to play.
Yeah. So. Other than our specifically established house rules, I try to go rules as written until there's no rules written. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally. At least especially for stream. House games, you guys know I'm a little bit more loose, but
rule of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, even
and
rules as
what
written
makes
is good
sense.
on
And then
stream
when you get to the
sometimes.
point where rules as written is vague and confusing, then I go rules as intended. And then beyond that, it's make up my own stuff as I go. If there's not a thing for it.
Yeah. I think the biggest one for me, the one that I had that I held onto the longest was the 5-foot step thing being in miscellaneous action, which I think Molly, I think your dad actually also just got that wrong. I don't think that was a house rule. I think he just had that wrong.
I can believe that, but that's still the rule he goes by.
I know. That's why I'm saying I don't think it's a house rule. I think he just doesn't know it, or he maybe later decided, well, even though that's the rules written, that's just what we're going to use because we've been using it.
Sunk cost fallacy it, where it's like, listen, I've been doing it wrong for so long, it's going to stay going wrong.
Right? Yeah. Or like, if I change it now, everybody's going to forget it, and I don't feel like correcting everyone all the time, whereas for me, I'm like, nah, dude. As a miscellaneous is way better.
It helps that we're now in Pathfinder 2, so, everything is just an action.
Yeah, because it
doesn't matter. Yep, That's it. That's all you have.
As somebody who used to play a lot of war games, and I guess still kind of does, and plays tabletop war games, I'm so glad, by the way, that rules writing has come as far as it has, speaking of Pathfinder 2 being better and more clarification, because back in 6th and 7th edition 40k, we had a rules as written, rules as intended argument. I swear to God, every game. Every game. It was like, well, this is what it says. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. This is what they meant. Are you sure it's what they meant? And then, like, you'd have that So eventually you had, like, community rulings where you would have FAQs, but they weren't put out by the company that made the games. They were put out by tournament organizers, and everybody just agreed this was rules as intended, and we're going to agree with this tournament organizer. And it was so terrible. But rules writing has come a long way, and the companies that produce war games are a lot better about giving you, like, actual, like, no, this is what this is supposed to mean. Oh, we're going to clarify this sentence or whatever. Just, Weird's really good about it. Games Workshop got a lot better about it. They used to be terrible. And then Privateer Press, I think, was another company that really shook it around, where for a long time it was like, we all just play it this way.
Oh, God damn it. I got positivity. Damn it.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Yeah, you didn't notice
That's
that?
That's why I thought you were purposely doing
Molly,
that.
Get the hell out of here. You are on. You can't spend channel points when you're on stream. Get out of here.
What? But I can't spend Snell, so why can't I spend channel points?
I don't know. Also, what do you mean you can't spin snails? Of course you can't spin snails. You guys would just give yourself infinite fucking luck dice.
No, I wouldn't. It's not even.
No, I'd probably say
100% would have used that ability.
Okay.
As he highlights a message, suspended.
I hate you both.
Not me. I'm
Okay.
hoarding my boots.
No, I gotta spend these boops where they're at because I'm at 69,000. I have to keep it there.
I
Oh,
way past
yeah,
that.
that's fair.
So, you know.
see. God, I gotta start thinking of like new shit that I think I do well or that is good about me.
I mean, it's been long enough since you said something about yourself. I don't think it has to be new. Just something that you believe.
No, it's all on video. It has to be new.
Right.
He doesn't watch the videos.
Other people do.
Other people do. Apparently, they're starting to get hundreds of views. Hundreds, Molly.
Yeah, I know, but nobody's commenting, and I bet you they don't really pay attention.
They're not
Which is
liking
fine.
and subscribing.
I will
They're not ringing the
not. I will
bell.
not. I don't even know what sense this is. No negativity is what I was going to try and say. You did positivity, but then I lost whatever I was trying to say.
We need to add
Yeah.
negativity.
A smooth
Put it way
hundo.
higher.
Yeah.
Smooth hundos of views.
Speaking of comments,
We should probably go
I forgot
face
to
live
talk
soon.
the video yesterday.
Oh, that
Oh,
might
we're
be
not?
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're voice live. God, my audio's peaking for some reason. It seemed fine beforehand. Maybe I'm just being louder. You think that could be it? Could I just be being fucking louder because I'm a loud human being?
Potentially, but you're not usually loud.
Yeah, well, I just don't want it to. I don't want it to peak on the sensor because then it'll clip. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. To us, you sound. I mean, to me, you sound perfectly fine.
Well, yeah. I mean, to you guys, I'll sound whatever. But even with the original sound for musicians on, it may not actually do anything. But that's fine. Positivity. Well, apparently I'm a good DM. Everybody likes me DMing stuff that I know. And sometimes when there's not necessarily randos, but people who haven't joined us for forever, they seem to also still like to play until they don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I guess their opinions don't count. So I'm good at this. Yay!
Yeah.
All right, let's actually do face
Now-
live now.
I'll agree
Okay.
that you're good at this. I have heavily enjoyed being a player in your games. You're also a good player. Not that we're gonna. You're only supposed to punch for yourself, but I'll still say that as someone who's had to be a DM in charge of you, and then also gotten to watch you on Lost Initiative. Shameless plug. You're also a good player.
Ugh, being a player is stressful. How do you guys do it? Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
it's not. It's fucking easy.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Slackers.
No, you know you say that though. It's not really easy because some people traumatize poor young women with flocks of seagulls. And no, I'm just kidding. Friend Rob, that's not nice. You're a great player too, buddy.
You keep plugging like other games, and we're gonna have to stream those too. Like,
Oh gosh,
but
people aren't ready for the seagull.
They're really God.
Whatever it is, and the pigeon mafia.
That campaign
ready
is
for that.
all shenanigans now.
it's just, yeah, 90% shenanigans, 10% dramatic moments.
If we end up running like a Academy Excellent or Arcane Academy campaign, I'm sure that'll also be fucking crazy shenanigans.
Yeah, trying to relive being a college-aged person, but also with ridiculous magical powers is it's really hard not to just kind of go off the wall.
Right. Repositioning my camera real quick. But these hello everyone.
You're probably right, Average Rare, that our game probably goes against terms of service. We would violate TOS if we
Yeah,
streamed our Friday.
wrong. You're not wrong. But yes, hello everyone. We are not going to do a recap. We're just going to say some very brief things that happened before. We'll let Panda catch his breath because he's dying faster than normal. So
Slightly
but he's
accelerated.
soldiering on.
We got back to Psycon. Hooray! Patty chastised Lamia and
Hit him
got
in the
gifts.
Face. Anyways,
And Lamia went to go report to the Windspear, and the Windspear's like, "Cool. Hey, I see potential in you. Keep living your life and check it with me every once in a while."
And don't eat any.
Sam wants to buy a houseboat.
Yeah, don't eat anyone. Well, she didn't say that, but it is heavily implied. Yeah, Sam is buying a houseboat.
You know, I think the rules of polite society constantly imply don't eat anyone. I just, throwing that out there. So just,
Also true.
keep doing what you were doing prior to all of this, and you should be good.
Continue to not eat anyone.
Yeah. that incredibly fundamental rule that even the ancient Greeks, those people who were really all about doing terrible, crappy shit, were like, no, don't do that.
Consume nothing.
Eli forgot the thing, which is good.
Oh yes, I forgot acknowledged the thing in the bag that it fits in.
And that's basically what happened last time.
Yes, and we left off with me being asked what the dock rental prices were for boats.
Snell pole is up.
Again.
Yeah, like if this was a home game, I would have just been like, well, I guess we're here. I'm going to look it up right now, even though we're way over. But yeah, we were on stream, so I was like, nah, we'll do it next time. I did figure it out. I did figure out some base rules on it because, all right, look, real talk, I started looking into it and I was like, this is going to be like an hour and a half of research if I want to make this like solid. So I didn't do an hour and a half of research. I did enough research to be like, okay, here's a price we could use.
Next time you're going to say, I don't know, you should look that up.
Yes, allow the player to make
look it
their
up.
own price. Yeah, that'll
Oh yeah, that'll definitely work.
You'll know that I'll be fine.
But I also don't want you to be distracted for an hour and a half, you know? So. But yes, it depends on what you're docking, because that's going to be how much space it takes up. I only figured out prices for like rowboat, keelboat, longship, junk, sailing, galley, warship. Obviously, you're not going to get a fucking warship. This is not going to happen. You can't afford one. You really can't afford most boats.
Yeah.
They're really goddamn expensive.
The most expensive thing about boats is the upkeep and the maintenance.
I mean, yeah, having to drop 10 grand on them right away in golds is also nothing to sneeze at.
True.
But yeah. Anyway. So I guess that's where we'll start. Sam headed off to the harbor district to ask about docking fees. Excuse me. So we actually might not start with you because you're probably gonna have to read a few things. If you look up water vehicles Pathfinder, you will see the list of boats. Basic list of boats.
Doing that right now. Ugh.
They're not in any kind of order either, which is kind of annoying. You would think they'd have ordered them by like size or like crew size or something, anything, price, but no.
Yeah. I like how it goes from 50 gold to 10,000 gold.
Mm-hmm. Technically, they're in alphabetical order, which I guess is fair, but
I mean, that is in order, but it's not the one that's helpful in this case.
At all. Yeah. When you're dealing with varying use case and effectiveness and stuff, it's like really not great. But anyway. So I guess once you figure out which kind of boat that he would realistically think, oh yeah, this would work, you let me know and then I'll give you a price.
Okay.
Right. Lamia you get back from your trip. I guess you headed back to the office. Sam's still out. Eli, I don't remember. Were you staying at the office, or were you going to the town hall to check on Mayor?
I was going to check on Mayor, I believe.
You were? Okay. Even if you weren't, that's fine. You can decide that now. So yeah, Lami, when you get back, the only people at the office are Hattie and Rahala.
Oh. I'll admit I didn't know where to go after this point because I wanted to do the word vomit of everything I found out.
If you're looking for Eli, then yeah, they'll tell you, yeah, he went to the town hall, and you can start heading that direction.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Okay. All right, so you'll pop up after a while. Oh yeah, Snail pulls up. Okay, so Eli, you make it to the town hall. It's not particularly busy right now. Like by the time you make it to it, obviously you see there's plenty of people there, but it's not like bustling. There's not a bunch of loud voices and that kind of thing. You get there, and I'm assuming you're looking for Mayor. So go ahead and give me a quick diplomacy check to gather information.
I'm typing in the chat really fast, and then I will.
Okay.
There we go. So I had to wish Mewtwo a happy birthday, because it's Mewtwo's birthday.
Neat.
There we go. Diplomacy check coming right up. There you go. Bing, bing, boom.
Nice.
Hi.
Don't worry about the time.
All right.
So you get there, you ask around a little bit, describe him a couple of times. You know, he smiles like this. And after a while, someone's able to point you in his direction. Someone tells you, yeah, he's in a meeting at the moment. Actually, you get to the meeting room. You see there's actually a guard standing outside the door. They don't look like Saigon guard, like maybe they're private security. So like as you approach, he just kind of looks you over, and he sort of like kind of like gestures toward the door, like, "Are you going in here?"
I just kind of like nod vigorously.
He just like holds up a hand. He knocks a couple of times, peeks his head in, says, "Oh, you got a visitor." And you hear like a couple of like people like kind of clear their throat, and a voice you don't recognize. She says, "A visitor? Are they? I don't know who they are, but." He's like, all right." He steps aside, lets you into the room. You walk in, you see Mayor seated at a long, polished desk. There's like a little water pitcher sitting there. A few cups that appear to not be used. And you see a kind of fidgety man at the other end, fidgety demi man. The other end of the table, he has like 3 cups next to him. You can tell like one's got some tea in it, one's empty, another's got something else in it. Next to him is a much calmer, a little bit older, looks like another demi, who both of them dressed very well, very not formal, but just like they belong here. And you can see the crest of Hearth Modric on their attire. And then you can see what's clearly a city official who's a kind of middle-aged Vishkanya, kind of sitting between the two parties on like the other end of the other side of the table from you. The fidgety guy is like, he's like kind of looks up at you and goes, "You are," and the city official just kind of like gives him like the pipe down motion.
Yeah.
He's just like, yes, could you introduce yourself? We're taking
I'm
minutes.
Eli Wasif, the owner proprietor of I gesture to Mayor Alderman Logistics and Retrieval, that's my representative.
Right. Good. It's good you're here. And you see the fidgety man is just like, that's fine. It's good. That's good. We can maybe get this moving a little bit quicker then in that case. Yeah, please take your seat. Take your seat. Mayor just kind of scoots over, pulls a seat out for you. What you didn't quite notice, you could see on the other end of kind of the corner of the table, sitting on a small stool, not really even in sight. You see a kind of youngish Fen woman appears to be taking minute meetings, just barely out of view because of the table, because she's small sized.
Yeah. Sure.
Just scribbling furiously, and she peeks up these big purple eyes over the table to look at you, and you can tell she's probably writing down a description. She's mouthing something to herself, but she doesn't say hi or anything. She's just busy. So you have a seat, and the official says, "So, Mr. Seif, to catch you up, it appears there was an open bid for the lot." Through Hearth Modric, and we never got a ruling from the landlord on whether this would be rejected or accepted, and now that they've gone missing, by law, technically they're now bidding against the city, because we are under martial law at the moment. A more relaxed martial law, but soon to close down a bit more as tensions are increasing. I'm sure you've heard. It's only fair, given your current stakes in this, that you're allowed to offer your own bid to keep your property. Modric is offering a rather generous sum of 8,000 gold pieces for the lot and 4,000 more for the building. The city is, we'll say, not quite meeting that bid.
Understandable. So, real quick. Clarification. Landlord's missing is why this bid is able to be done. If we, I don't know, find said landlord, how much time would we have to find them so they can, reclaim their own property?
You can hear Fidgety Man's foot tapping on the ground, getting faster as you're talking. Just tap 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 as he's as you're talking, and right as you finish your sentence, he just goes, we've been waiting long enough already. We can use this property, and if we can't use it, then the city can use it. It doesn't matter.
Your audio's doing the thing.
I can't do anything about it, Molly.
Okay.
Do you not understand me?
It's a bit hard, but I'm not there, so it's okay.
Are you having trouble? Okay. I can't do anything about it.
I'm following.
He says, I lost my train of thought. He says, look, you've got, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, maybe? Is that reasonable? Can we agree on 2 weeks? The official says, technically you don't have to agree on 2 weeks, but it does give them time to submit a higher bid, and at some point, someone else is going to see that and accept that money, if I'm being forward with you. The war efforts, he kind of shrugs. But again, we only felt it right to offer you the chance to bid yourself, and depending on what your facility could be used for, if you're open to other negotiations, we could combine our bids. And Mayor chimes in and says, yes, I considered a few concessions that, of course, I'd need to run by you. We could offer the quartering of soldiers in the front room, or even expand it into one of the other 2 offices to offer even more bunk space. Obviously, that means we'll have less room for other things, but it does afford us a much more shallow dip into our coffers. The city's bid itself is about 9,000 gold pieces total.
Well, I think that's all amenable. That's something that we'll have to finalize a bit on an agreement, because first I am going to take this opportunity given to me, at least to attempt to find my landlord and figure this out, because, if I had all the money on hand to buy it, I wouldn't be renting it in the first place. So I think at least giving a quick shot at that and then coming to an easy agreement with the city sounds preferable to me. Take a week maybe if we don't find him, then we can iron out a deal which before the 2-week timeline that I point to the fidgety guy.
So you're agreeing to 2 weeks, and he kind of cuts you. So you're agreeing to 2 weeks, and then Mayor holds up a hand and says, "I think we can spare 3. Actually, part of these negotiations you've already elongated. We've made the concession for you. It's only fair that's made for us."
Yeah, and I wasn't agreeing to 2 weeks. I was stating that your intended goal was 2 weeks.
he
There's
stops.
a difference.
You can see the other person with him is got a hand on his shoulder. Yeah. It's just, yeah. I think that's amenable. 3 weeks to find the man. Plus, I think we would all rather have him found. It's not good for a person to go missing.
No,
Yes?
it's generally bad for a person to go missing. Yeah, unless they want to, of course. But I don't think that's what was happening here. So we'll see what we can dig up. If we can't, we'll try and come to an agreement with the city, and we'll all do it under our 3-week agreed timeline. Then we'll be able to put a combined bid forward, and if you're all still able to match or exceed that, then okay.
All right. The city official speaking now says, "Then in that case, we will reconvene in 3 weeks' time. At that point, if you have not found the landlord whose ownership trumps all of these, it's up to him whether he wants to accept a different price or simply is not willing to part. If at that point you haven't found him, you'll want to arrive with an offer. We'll need to have consolidated our joint bid by then. It can't happen during that meeting. That must be the final one."
Cool.
Is everyone in agreement? Fidgety guy's like, I guess. 3 weeks. All the same people. No more, no less. Just the same folks.
Well, hopefully a landlord. But yes, other than that.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you for a second like, well, yeah, I didn't say that. And his partner just says, then agreed. We can... I think that's just fine. Is it captured? And the little Fen woman's just like, got it. Meeting adjourned. And, the city official says, meeting adjourned. So she writes a couple other things down, blows on it, she makes this motion. She sees a powder puff off of the paper, and she just rolls it up real tight. Says, "All right, that's for you, sir." Hands it to the official. And she just very quickly zips out of the room, moving at the speed of someone who really has to pee. City official gets up, and as he's leaving, he just kind of gives you a quick nod, just curt, businesslike. Fidgety guy kind of just walking out. He's muttering something to himself loudly. It doesn't seem relevant to whatever just happened. He's talking about something else entirely. You're talking about color palettes and other stuff. He just kind of briskly walks past you, and he stops himself and says, "Oh, sorry. Pleasure to meet you." He holds his hand out. I don't know if you shake his hand or not.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a handshake. It is, except you still haven't introduced yourself. Sorry, I missed the beginning of the meeting. I know.
Oh yeah. Sorry. This is my 12th meeting today. Bristol Bogland. Bogland, that is. It's like it doesn't matter. Good to meet you. Hope everything works out. If you can find the landlord guy, great. If not, then, is what it is. Just business. Nothing personal. And he walks out very quickly. And his partner's just like, he's always like that. Don't take it personal. If you don't mind yet, one more greeting.
Sure enough.
Heinrich Hauser.
All right. There we go. Luckily, I know how to spell that last name. Anyways, yeah. Pleased to meet you.
He's, best of luck finding the landlord. there has been a search of sorts. No one has really been able to find heads nor tails of him. But maybe some context in the city. I hear you have an ear to the ground.
I do indeed.
Kind of pats you on the shoulder. Then I will see you in 3 weeks. He leaves. Mayor just... Forgive me, sir, just appreciating the silence for a moment. It's been some time. He stands up. Heading back to the office, then?
Yeah, I was, I guess going to go back there. Glad I walked in when I did, I suppose, but you looked like you had it all in hand.
Lots of delaying. Lots of delaying. We definitely don't have the money to compete with Modric. I've mostly just been doing stalling tactics, making sure they realize that, well, simply kicking people out of that space is going to be more complicated than paying a fee. It worked to an extent, but it's only going to work so much.
Right. Yeah. Well, I fear that our gambit at trying to find the landlord is probably going to be wildly unsuccessful. So we better start seeing if we can negotiate something down with the city as well. Because even if we find him, it's knowing how Half Modric plays games, it's very unlikely that he'll be in any position to claim his own property.
Right. My honest thoughts are he doesn't want to be found.
Yeah. If he's around still kicking, he probably is hiding. That's what I'd guess.
Right. So, we'll want to come up with a plan, what we can offer to the city, how much it's worth to them, and then how much of the bid we can make up as well. Maybe we can increase theirs if it seems worth it to them. You didn't happen to make any friends while you were out, did you?
I mean, Clint Markham, but his friendship is not necessarily going to extend to this particular arena, although he did pay handsomely. So
Good.
that did add some coin to our coffers as we speak.
That will help. I hear he has very deep pockets.
He certainly does.
But I imagine that payment is meant to accommodate any other troubles you may encounter. We probably shouldn't bend that branch further. I unfortunately don't have any contacts that we can try to squeeze coin from. Not at this time.
Yeah, you know, say try and squeeze blood from a stone, you're just gonna bleed yourself. So, we'll shake some trees, see what we can find.
He nods.
I wonder if that grape guy's hiring some. He's got lots of money that he doesn't need.
I would like a second grape.
Yeah. Or some other fruit, exotic fruit.
I have heard tales of a grapefruit.
Prepare to be surprised.
Right?
It's way different.
But yeah, as you get back to, or as you walk back to the office, he'll tell you that this has only been going on for about a week.
Okay.
And that initially some of the white thrush were kind of tied up in it, to see if they could bid for the place to try to make it into a like a station for operations for them instead of just operating out of the fortress. But they weren't really offering up a whole lot for it. But yeah, he says Modric's been like aggressively pursuing this. A few other local buildings. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that's not surprising.
A few other local buildings have, places closing or people moving have already been occupied. And he notes the increase in military presence here.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, it's not surprising for Modric. Oh boy, do I have a story to tell you. Speaking of, and that might explain away some of their insistence currently. Um, but yeah, I've also got a feeling that we might just have to cut bait and run on the shop, which isn't great, but the building will live.
I suppose that's true. There's not really anywhere to go, not in Saigon.
Maybe time to move on at this point. I don't know. I mean, I don't like that idea, but it's not the worst idea.
It is an option.
There you are, Eli.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Molly, you can turn up whenever you feel like it, so that works.
Yeah. All right, so I've got some news.
Okay.
Word vomit. I don't say word vomit, but
Yeah, you might need to summarize just since that was an episode ago.
that is fair. So I learned that apparently it's weird that Yanish was associate for Danut. Don't know why. Didn't ask. But we can best see him at the coin collar. Danut was just here one day and then gone the next.
Right.
Everyone else is somewhere else. So our best bet to communicate with any of his associates is
Is it we what?
Yanish.
Oh, okay. So, okay, so coin collar, that's easy enough. Did you tell me about going to see the Windspear? I mean, I know you told me when you were leaving you were going to go see the Windspear, but did you tell me? Are you going to tell me about your meeting with her?
I think that will be spoken in more private.
Okay,
Because right now we're basically just
makes sense.
walking about.
Vastly overestimate how much other people are interested in things you have to say in public. But yeah,
Well, I'd be
makes sense.
whispering, so of course they'd be more interested.
No, you're good. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. I wanted to test how that sounded before it went live, just because sometimes when I've switched virtual mics, it makes an eldritch screeching sound. So I was waiting a second. But yes, thank you, Tater Tot.
But yes, okay, well, like I said, we can just check out the coin collar later. Probably tomorrow, because honestly, I'm kind of beat. I don't want to try and stay up late and go to a bar tonight.
It'd be good now.
Plus, I need I wave my tattoo. I need to learn things tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Do you know where Sam went?
He said something about a boat, and then he
What the
ran
hell's the
off.
difference between a sloop and a cutter? No. See, the cutter is 30 to 50 feet long, and the sloop is also 30 to 50 feet long.
Okay, well, I'll go find Sam to see if he can get me food for tomorrow.
Can't see my thumb. There we go. I just thumbs up.
Yeah.
And on the way back to the shop with Mare, I will exposition dump everything that happened while we were gone.
Okay. Yeah. What would his reaction even be to that? That's a lot of info. He's quiet for a bit. Maybe a full minute. He doesn't quite respond. He nods, you can tell he listened. He actually, probably doesn't speak till you're right outside the shop. And he'll pause and say, we don't have to make enemies of every powerful super entity we meet.
I mean, they're the ones making enemies of us.
at a
I was
certain
trying to be friendly.
At a certain point, don't we have to start thinking of common denominators, sir?
Well, look, I've got the weird bird dude on my side at least.
True. Does-
Hey, Mr. Gaia.
Sam's voice arrives from the heavens. What?
Yeah, you know, powerful eldritch entities are one thing. If they had a bit more monetary power, that would make me feel a little more comfortable in these situations. They tend to pay in
fair
riddles and quests.
They do indeed. Speaking of quests, if a weird hermit-looking fella with like bearskin and stuff shows up at the shop with an envelope for me, then that's the Shaluvi guy, and I gotta do that quickish.
Right. Well, let's hope it gives us just a little time to rest beforehand. You enter the shop,
We've
and
ever been that lucky.
as soon as you walk in, you can see that Rahala is standing, like hands on the desk, and she goes, "Hattie, I don't know." And Hattie's just like, "Why is it talking?" She's holding the potato plant that Sam gave her. It is already a big sprout. Like, there's a lot of plant matter coming up out of it. And you hear a voice come from it that just says, "I just need to know when Eli is here. I have a message to deliver." And Hattie runs up to you with the plant and says, "The potato is trying to talk to you."
You know, I've had a lot of weird things chat to me. I don't think a root vegetable has ever done it before. So yes, hello.
"Are you Eli?" says the potato.
Yeah, that's me.
"I have a message from you, or for you, from my friend.
And your friend is...
You call him Shaluvi.
Ah, okay.
I call him friend father.
Why did I think it would be a letter? Yeah, what's the message?
Are you prepared to write it down?"
I am, in fact, ready to write it down.
All right. Excellent. The message is, "I will see you in 1 week at the coin collar."
Oh. Nice.
The rest
thanks.
of
Anything
the
else?
message is sundown.
Oh, okay.
The final portion of the message is a small dot that is meant to indicate the end of a sentence.
Yes. You usually don't have to say those out loud, and they're just assumed in speech. Thank you. I don't know. I'm trying to teach grammar to a potato. Thank you. You're very helpful.
You are very welcome, but you are incorrect. I am a potato. God damn it. All right.
You tried so hard.
You
Got so far.
Yeah, you are indeed a potato. I appreciate your delivering a message. I just look at everybody else like
Hattie just looks really concerned. "I'm going to stop talking now."
thanks. Have a good one. Like, I don't know. What do potatoes do?
Wait. Do you want me to water you, or... What? Hello? It's not talking anymore.
It said it was going to stop. It seems to be a very literal potato. Besides being an actual literal potato, it also seems to be quite literal.
This feels way more awkward now. I feel like really obligated to take care of it. It was just talking. Can all plants talk, or just potatoes?
You know, that's a question for someone who has better, attachment to nature than I do.
Rahala says, "I'm pretty sure this is the work of a spell. Like some weird reverse speak with plants or something. It's not normal for a potato to speak, regardless of where it's picked."
I just kind of like go to say something, then stop, and just shrug.
That was riveting. I'm glad you missed most of Hattie's immediate panic. And you could see, like, leading from the storage room or Hattie's office, you see just stuff littering the halls. Like, she was just, like, in the middle of stuff and just ran out of a pile of things. And then just, like, dragged all through the hallway. Okay, I'm going to go clean that up, I guess. And finds, like, a little sunny spot to put the potato and, like, pats it a little. Walks away.
Well, that's a first.
Well, at least we can cross that expectation off the list.
Yeah, talking root vegetables. That one's off the bingo card now.
I'll make sure your schedule is clear for sundown at the coin collar in a week.
Thanks.
We didn't have very many jobs come in, just a few that, well, we were able to handle for general expenses without you around. Just requests for information that I could take care of. There was one odd one that came through. I ended up passing it on to another traveling group. They've actually paid a fee for it. Something about looking for 2 pounds of star salt. And that's a very tall order.
Indeed it is.
It's within our purview, but I wasn't sure when you'd return, and I couldn't handle it myself, and they were in a bit of a hurry.
I mean, yeah, makes sense.
That's all. He'll head back to his office. I don't know if you had anything else specific you were trying to do there, Eli, or if you're just like chilling.
I don't think so.
You had said that you wanted us to take a break today, so you wouldn't ask for Hala to try and translate the message, would you?
I mean, I'm not asking anybody to do anything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
If she wants to do that, she's more than welcome to. But yeah, I'm not asking anybody to do anything today.
Okay. So we'll cut over to Sam.
Hello.
You're at the harbor.
I'm alive.
Are you? I don't believe you.
Sorry. Oh, Christ. So I've been researching IRL too, because the smallest thing I could, in theory, get, well, and like what that would be ideal, would be like a sloop or a cutter.
I don't know how those translate to Pathfinder.
No, I mean that's in Pathfinder. They're sailing ships.
I just don't have the page up right now, so give me a second.
Yeah. They are 30 to 50 feet, 4 to 104 people. Yeah. I don't believe that 104 for a second. I think that's literally if you stood people up on it, how many people could stand on it while it was floating.
Right, like how many people could just stand shoulder to shoulder on deck?
Yeah, like the maximum capacity type stuff.
I think it's the total number of spaces for ship, I think is how it lists them.
Because, I mean, just thinking of square footage alone, 104 people, that amount of square footage is not very good. But because there's other stuff on the boat. Anyway.
Yeah, you don't.
Needless to say, I probably can't afford anything on this list that's not a rowboat or like a ship's boat.
Pretty much, which are tiny.
Yeah, which is like a rowboat. A ship's boat's bigger than a rowboat and 10 times as expensive.
It's it's just a fancy dinghy.
It's the life rafts that they had on the Titanic.
Yeah, it's a fancy dinghy.
Yep. They are expensive. It's a thing you would have to work towards, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah,
your sailing ships, you're just use it as an example. See, for a sailing ship versus or general sailing ship is that
Sailing ships is 10,000. But that's a 20-foot by 75-foot. You know, that's a general thing that it's
Yeah.
doing.
I'm just seeing the difference.
Yeah.
If I need to change the price, alter the price at all. Nah, it's roughly similar. It's also expensive to dock. That's
Yeah.
everything is. So generally, your first interaction is going to be the most expensive. This is still we'll say medieval type economy and stuff. You can build rapport with people, get discounts, that kind of thing. So your general price, if you're looking at monthly to dock, 150 gold pieces.
That's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, not cheap. Now, granted, if you're providing some other kind of benefit, you can make a deal and lower that price, right?
Yeah. Well, seeing as like traveling via ship is like a couple silver or something like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Traveling via ship is way different than like owning one and operating
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd have to be transporting goods and or wares to make any money on it.
Or become a privateer.
Yeah. I mean, I'll sink somebody's boats. So I don't care. I'll take their boats. Sell those boats. I'll upgrade boats.
Right?
In order to become a true privateer, though, you need a writ from the government that licenses you to poach other governments' ships, technically, which would mean that you could then sell the cargo from those ships as to merchants at a discount, which would help you make money.
That would also be an evil thing, though, or morally gray instead of not.
It's definitely morally gray, depending on what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sam's not even from this country.
I was gonna say it also depends on your views on the wartime privateering, because that is often what would happen in old school privateering. Is like, let's say France and England were at war, and then the East India Trading Company would put out privateer things on French ships and hire dubious at best individuals to sink and steal from French ships because they couldn't attack civilian ships because that's against the rules.
Who would also be then sometimes hiring privateers to protect them from pirates, aka
Yeah.
also privateers.
Yeah. You know, man.
Either
You're a
one.
pirate, privateer. I have this document saying that I am not a criminal.
Yeah, basically.
I'm illegal.
Now give me your stuff.
This says I'm legally allowed to steal from you.
Now give me your stuff.
But that's in French, and I'm Spanish. Yeah, I know.
And?
They don't make ships here, do they?
In Saigon, there is a shipyard in the Harbor District.
That's a whole nother can of worms to go see how much it would cost to start building a ship.
Or,
So
hear me
that's the
out, you
thing.
could learn how to make a ship. You can go be a shipwright's apprentice.
I know how to make a ship. By ship, I mean raft.
I was about to say, flotsam vessel does not count, but you beat me to it.
Right? Don't impress
But
some
yeah.
people with that.
Yeah. You want to see me make a boat? Want to see you do it again? I can do it like 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you if that's a thing you would want to go mess with, or if you're like, maybe.
No, I'm gonna hold off for that until we start getting some major income, or at least I technically have a gold piece worth a shitload of money. So,
But is it
you
worth
do.
a shipload of money?
no. It's a load of manure on one of
Oh
the
my
smaller
gosh.
boats.
Only manure.
You might be able to sink a ship with it, depending on what fires it.
That's
That's
true.
probably true.
I need a cannon that'll fire this. Okay.
How many of those you got? Just this one.
Just the one, yeah. Boy, howdy, is it going to do some damage.
Like a fucking destructo disc. No, I'll just hold off. Sorry.
You're good.
That's a lot of time though. We swear up for nothing. I don't know. I like the idea of it because I was like, oh, like chariots are like $5. Like you could get an expensive chariot, just make that float. That's that's
That's a very reductive way of looking at
You
how
don't need to pay
approach,
someone for
sir.
that. You just do that, yeah. But
so
yeah,
buy a
we
heavy
can handle
wagon
labor when
and
we think about
put
it.
pontoons on it. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh shit. Ah.
Yeah, as it starts taking on water slowly.
That's the nice thing about
more
pontoons. Though.
rapidly.
If I steal enough wine casks, I can seal them up and make pontoons. All right, and then I can lash those under.
That's a very different thing than buying a ship or commissioning one. But okay, so you head back to the office for now. Or you're gonna do something else.
Yeah, I'll head. Excuse me. I'll head back to the office. We ate the chicken. We ate the chicken.
The chicken was indeed consumed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Lamia runs into you on the way.
I think. I don't know what else. That would be because Sam's kind of been in charge of doing that, so I think he'll stop by the butcher's and get something.
Okay.
I'll get a hogshead enough to eat. Some terrible.
Up to you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna start giving her grosser things to eat until she starts eating like a normal person.
I can't eat like a normal person.
Yep.
You can, it just won't help you at all.
True.
I'll go see what I can, side a like a leg of something or whatever.
We'll say spend a silver piece, and you can get enough for a couple of days, probably.
Real deal.
Or for a full day, I should say. I was going
How
to
many
say a couple
silvers?
of meals. One for enough meals for one day, I guess I should say.
I'll spend 3 silver pieces then. I'm getting enough for a couple days. And I'll label them day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yeah, this one's the freshest. Wait. This one you need to eat soon. Yeah.
But I'll come back to those. Open their door. Y'all chips are expensive.
Oh, was that so?
I can get a rowboat. But I don't want to try and sleep on a rowboat, while there's this just going on. Unless I get some kind of, I'll hire like somebody to bail it out as I'm sleeping, I guess.
At least you have a spell for when it's only like, what was that, a couple of hours?
Yeah.
So
But
you're
it
your
doesn't
own boat,
alleviate-
Sam.
Yeah, it doesn't alleviate Sam's housing crisis issue. Is that he is trying to find somewhere to live?
Oh.
Live for 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got some ideas. That I can get me through at least a night or two, till I find someplace a little bit more semi-permanent.
I mean, there are still nice inns you can stay at here.
Yeah. I'm looking at the. Well, I mean, I'm worrying about staying here long term. I don't even know we're able to do that. How did things get on?
We have 3 weeks to either find the landlord or come up with a bid high enough to beat Modric's absurd 12,000 gold piece total bid. But the city said they're willing to make some concessions and kind of work with us on a solution to increase their bid by providing services and a little bit of coin of our own, so that maybe we can hold on to the place. But that said, I think first objective is we're going to see if we can find the landlord and convince him essentially to come claim the property, if we can convince him that we can protect him from whatever Modric threatened him with, because I'm sure that's why he's skedaddled. They probably made very convincing and ominous threats. So if we can convince him that we can protect him from those things, then maybe, we might have to all be homeless. Well, I won't have to be homeless. You guys technically don't live here. I do.
I mean, yeah.
The rumor going around is he fled the responsibility of being a landowner, essentially.
Say 12,000? We can get a vote for that.
Yes, I don't have 12,000. That's the problem, though. So being able to get a boat is irrelevant. I don't have that much money. If I had that much money, don't you think I would have just bought this place instead of renting it for the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Especially just like a lump sum,
Yeah. Anyways.
I wonder if we could convince, the Markhams to purchase this place.
I don't think Clint wants to be tied to a direct opposition to Hearth Modric, or else he probably would have been able to do a little more for us earlier. I mean, he might. We could send a letter to them. I'm not ruling that out. But
I mean, it's just a thought. I'd hate to ask him to spend that much money on us, but in theory, he would just become our landlord, and we would pay him.
That, or we could pitch it to him as a type of investment where we essentially pay him. It's a loan, and we pay him off over time, which is kind of like being a landlord, anyways, because there'd be interest, but it'd be more of a rent to own situation instead of just straight up rental. But I can send a letter, get that figured out. But I think objective number one is we at least see what we can do about finding this bloke, get this figured out. If not, we can talk to the city, see if we can come up with a reasonable deal with them, and then see what our options are with Clint. We can explore all three of these avenues simultaneously. Mayor can negotiate with the city, I can write this letter, and then the three of us can, do what we essentially do for a living, but in this case, to, continue to have a place of business.
Sounds good.
I mean, it sounds at least not bad, right? That's all I'm shooting for right now.
Oh, so I went to go see the Wind Spear. Long story short, I'm okay.
Well, we didn't think you wouldn't be.
Anyway,
well, you didn't tell us what you were going to turn yourself in. You said you were going to talk to her. That's why I said.
Yeah, that. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just in character.
I'm just like, you're just going to chat with the lady. It's not like she was going to, attack you for no reason.
You're asking about that metal rat, I think? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Metal?
The star metal stuff. Weren't you going to ask about that? That's what we thought you were going for?
No, I left my backpack here.
That doesn't mean you can't ask questions.
Yeah.
I've never needed things on my person to ask questions about them.
Apparently, you can fight the statues. And apparently they're really hard to kill.
Well, yeah, we were fighting with the Vladimiri one.
We didn't actually fight him, though.
No, but we did destroy one of the statues, and the last one tried to bewitch us. I figured destroying the statues was possible. I knew it would be hard. You're right. That makes sense. Totally.
But I guess, be wary of that?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I need to get some hand wraps or something if I'm going to have to punch statues.
I need to get, a hammer.
Punch them. Also, we don't necessarily smash... Never mind.
The pickaxe, maybe?
I want to remind you, Molly. She said that they sent legitimate, large military units after these things and got no one back.
Yeah. The magical, statue weapon thingies, I don't think a pickaxe is necessarily going to work, Sam. Well, she's having this conversation, Sam and I are going to debate the merits of pickaxing statues.
I mean, a really big one.
But seriously, we do need to be careful about that. Apparently, they've sent, armies against these statues.
Uh-huh.
And lost, said armies.
Yeah.
So you can fight them. It's just not recommended.
I mean, they're basically demigods. I'm not really surprised.
See,
But that is good to know that they've used that big of resources against them.
Oh, they can contain shards of godhood
Yeah,
inside the statues themselves.
right.
Yeah,
I thought we figured that out already.
That's what she's trying to collect, right?
You had a theory of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just assumed my theory was correct. It's good to have that confirmed.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take some coffee muscle. Sorry.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm looking through my big damn paragraph.
The potato talked to me.
Oh yeah, Potato
What?
had a chat to us. We're gonna go meet Shaluvi at the coin collar in a week. In the
Oh.
evening, or after nightfall, I think is what it said. I don't know. It was very difficult to pay complete attention because it was a talking potato.
Well, we don't really need to worry about that now, I guess, since that's a week from now.
I mean, yeah, not right this second, but a talking potato is pretty strange. So I think that's more of what she's worried about than the implications of what the potato asked us to do. It's more of the
Yeah, I
fact that the
didn't
potato
really
talked to
even-
her.
I didn't even really like process what it was saying, just that it was talking.
Yeah. I think she's gonna. I like whisper this to Lamia. I think she's gonna have an existential crisis about potatoes for like 2 weeks. Yeah, so the talking potato was alarming.
I mean, just don't eat that potato and
I-
take
Lummy.
care of it and
No,
give it
no,
love
you're
affection.
using logic. You're using
And
logic.
he's also just shaking your head.
It was a talking potato. Logic went, whoo! You didn't
And
see
then
her
it just-
face when I walked in and the potato was talking and she thrust it towards me. Also,
It said it would stop talking, and it did.
yeah.
What if it still
Well,
could, and it just doesn't want to? What if they can all do that?
See, just like,
Rahala's just like, they can't. It's magic. But you don't know that, Rahala. You just think it with your big smart brain, and you might be right, but what if you're wrong? What if we've been eating, like, smart things the whole time and just mashing them up?
And we do live in a land where nature is more magical than not.
Mm-hmm. Not quite as magical as Aurora, but it's
you're
still
not helping.
a lot of stuff could be awake.
Listen, Hattie, I almost tried to eat a harpy, so I don't need that existential crisis on vegetables too.
Oh, wait, if potatoes are living things, can you eat potatoes like you could other stuff? Maybe we can give you potatoes now.
Hattie stands
It's
in
way
front of her
cheaper than
potato
having my meat
plant.
every day. Yeah.
She just like slides in front of the plant.
Oh, don't worry, Hattie. The last time I had potatoes, it didn't taste very good anyway.
But they might now that we know that they're sentient creatures.
Also, why did you try to eat the harpy? Aren't
I
those
didn't
like...
try. I just had the instinct.
Oh.
She was like, "You gonna eat that bird?" And then we were all like, "What?" And then she went, "Never mind."
"Oh, Lamia, that's not good."
Yeah, I know.
We've got to figure out how to make that not happen to you anymore. Have you tried some kind of medicine, or maybe going to a doctor?
Well, I went to the white thrush to turn myself in, and then they were like, "Nah, just do what you're doing."
I will just like head snap. You what now?
Didn't we just tell you you're not allowed to die? And oh my God, Lamia.
Or turn
I
yourself
wasn't-
in. The golden
yeah.
rule of doing things that are slightly on the edge of the law is that you never turn yourself in. Except unless someone's going to kill you if you don't.
I mean, I'm not. I don't
You
know
might
what to
kill
say.
someone if you didn't, you know? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
that's a different way.
Uh-huh. But I don't employ that someone. So... No, that's a little too callous even for me.
Why did... Well, okay, they didn't arrest you, so...
Mhm.
Are you okay then? Like, is everything alright?
I guess.
don't have like a bounty on you or something? Maybe they sent an assassin?
No, not the. I mean, if there is one on me, I wouldn't know it, would I?
I would hope you would. That's a good way to avoid them.
Does the White Thrust actually have assassins?
They
No,
probably wouldn't
they can
tell people
hire
if they
them.
did.
That's true. We wouldn't know if they did. But
But
if they
the
don't,
Wind Spear herself
hide.
was like, "Nah, you do what you're doing. And hey, if we need to fight a statue, come help us." And I said, I will if I'm available.
Oh.
it's a ridiculously non-committal answer for turning yourself in and then being let loose.
Sam arrives back with a cup of coffee going, "You did what now?"
Uh,
Were you listening, or do you need a recap?
I was not. Sorry. No, I went and took some.
Recap! Away,
Sorry.
one of you.
oh, she just said she went to the White Thrush and turned herself in, and we
Oh.
were like, "You did what now?" Also, we debated the merits of eating talking potatoes.
No. Yeah, I don't think we could ever. I can't eat potatoes now because they could talk.
That one could talk that one time. That doesn't mean all of them can talk.
Well,
Was
there's
it
a reason I have
because of a
specifically.
spell.
Yeah.
Good.
I have specifically not talked to fish. I have not talked to any, cows. I have not talked to any, chickens for a very specific reason.
As a real life vegetarian, this is hilarious to me. I just want to
Yeah.
say that. As a real life vegetarian, this is really funny.
Why do you think I haven't talked to Ginger?
Yeah, that's literally what I was like. Is that why you haven't talked to Ginger?
You're gonna eat your shorts?
No, it'll just make Sheeran really weird.
Look, okay, so about this thing with the wind spear, you said she, agreed to let you walk as long as you help them fight one of these apparently army-slaying statues, as long as you're not busy.
Yeah.
Right, most non-committal answer for basically a free pardon ever.
Oh, also,
I look at Rob.
statues were made by one man that was labeled Smooth Hand.
Okay, so the information we got about that was correct then. Cool. It's good to know.
Right.
And I gave the information that Teresa Dorat says that she was related to him.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that they're confirming what we found out, so we can at least trust that bit of info.
Also, just to make sure that Molly, you know, there was no caveat of only if you're not busy from her. That was
That is true. That is
there
true.
was none
But
of that.
That is the. But
Yeah.
that is what Lamia said.
Yes, and I
And
am
she
going to
more
continue to
insisted.
be blown away by your
Yeah.
ability to, if I'm not busy, the person who just pardoned you from essentially life in prison.
She doubled down on look, we need to be able to count on you. That's just what was said. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Just wanted to make
And
sure
it's
that you
not like
remembered
Lamia's
that. You're good.
ignoring it. It's just that
Yeah.
she has in her mind that, oh, I said that. And genuinely, I mean that.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that
I can't help if I'm
that's
not
fine. I just
available.
want to make sure you remembered it, but you're good.
Yeah, no.
Cool. She says, still, that's a bit extreme. I can't imagine the White Thrush was thrilled about this. Unless maybe they still don't know. Do they know?
A liaison knows. The other White Thrush people weren't around. They were dismissed.
Okay. So, unless your incredibly transparent show of not hiding anything from the other White Thrush we met was completely ignored, I just think they know. I'm just going to say that. Unless Takano never reported in, I mean, you're really obviously hiding something. And his questions were very pointed.
Agreed.
Now, granted, that's again, I'm going off of nothing that's confirmed, but if they do know it and they also are just sort of allowing that, I just feel like there's something else to it. But I don't know. The wind spear carries a lot of weight, so maybe that's all it takes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, apparently she also had an asset in her. They managed to break the statue, and the Nascent's hold stopped being with her, though she still has, like, his mark, I guess, is what she said.
Oh.
It's interesting.
Well, that does make more sense.
Aronaifi? Oh, God.
Well, at least we know it can be
Adronaifi,
done,
maybe?
I guess.
I cannot pronounce this. I'm sorry, Patrick.
We'll paste it. So
Oh, okay.
paste it in the chat so they can try. Why not?
But yeah, at least we know it can be done now.
What?
Oh, how did that block out?
Wrong button.
Gotcha.
Ah, fuck.
Stop dying, please.
I hate when shit goes down the wrong pipe, goddammit. Ah, okay.
Sorry. For some reason, Roll20 closed on me, and I didn't notice until now.
There. Now it's clear. Yeah.
Did you cooperate with me?
Adronavi. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Excuse me.
But
Well,
that
since
was the name.
I guess I could look into it, but I mean, if that one's dead, still, I guess that's the proof of concept they can be destroyed and that it does break the curse. But if that takes a bloody army and more, apparently.
So we'll just need one Sam and, like, I don't know, 4 other people. It'll be fine. I elbow Sam, as I said. And then he coughs viciously.
My lungs. You elbowed one of the various arrow wounds I have.
Various arrows. Sam and his assorted arrow wounds.
Right? It always rains here. They always hurt. She says,
I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the lung.
We're better off still searching for a way to maybe sever that connection rather than trying to destroy one of those things.
Right. Yeah, it's probably easier.
She did say hers was weakened. Like, already kind of chipped or something.
That's even worse news, because it didn't... I mean, you guys didn't see any chips in No Luxifix, did you?
No.
I mean, I didn't look at the statue long enough to notice, I'll be perfectly honest. I was a bit busy at the time.
Gross.
Fighting a teleporting dick.
But yeah, she goes
But
back
they
to her paperwork.
basically that's how my day went.
We got to crash a business meeting and upset a very fidgety man.
What business meeting?
The one about that I told you guys about with the bids.
Oh, okay, that's what. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
E.R. Lafayette
Yeah, I don't know what she's
is
spelling in
Ellie's
there.
pronunciation.
That's. It starts with an A. I don't.
Starts with 2 A's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it starts with an A, and then there's an A that follows it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that conversation is wrapped up, and then no other specific business that night. You guys aren't doing anything in particular, or the business isn't doing anything in particular. So
Yep.
you have evening plans, or are you just gonna like go to the inn and rest and other stuff?
Yeah, my evening plans are fall asleep face down on a couch. I'm not even gonna make it all the way back to my room, probably. Just sleep in the front room because I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't have any evening plans, but I don't sleep at the inn.
Right. Of course you don't.
How soon until she gets arrested for vagrancy?
I mean, she's only
This
just got
depends
back to
on
the city.
where she's trying to sleep, right? If she's trying to sleep outside in the middle of the city, then
It's
probably
my
not
job,
that
man.
long.
You can't sleep behind these buildings.
Yeah, if she's trying to sleep outside of city limits, she'll be fine.
Which I assume you
Yeah.
are. That's
Yeah.
what you usually do.
Yeah. Because I agree,
Long walk.
it's weird.
The long walk. But it's
You want me to go with you so I can like at least set up some kind of half shelter
Nah.
for it?
Nah, you got me breakfast this for tomorrow morning. You're fine, Sam.
But you do realize those are for the whole day, right?
Yep.
Okay. When you say breakfast, it makes me think you're going to be done with those by tomorrow.
they'll last through all of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lamia doesn't answer.
That's fair.
Whole thing called the reason they're called rations is you ration them.
Actually, I think that you got your etymology backwards, but that's fine.
I don't know what ants have to do with anything. But,
That's entomology, mate.
So you guys sleep.
yeah.
No other activities? Sam, were you gonna do something?
No, sorry.
You did? Okay. Cool. So, yeah, the night passes without incident. You may get all your benefits of a rest, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
I guess the question at this point is, what is the next set of plans? What is the next thing you guys are going to try to do?
Well, I'm waiting until I get my knowledge before I make any decisions.
Fair, which you know is coming.
But the first step, regardless of that for moving on stuff, is to go to the coin collar to look for the guy whose name I already forgot that Lamia told us would probably be there. In the evening.
Yeah, in the evening.
Yeah, I don't have a daytime plan except for whatever I learned from this, but yeah.
Okay. What about the rest of yous? Are y'all also waiting for his knowledge?
So there is one thing I wanted to do, but God, so Eli, I need your help to talk good.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific than that.
So I wanted to go to this really, you know where I got the fancy potions?
No, but I don't need to know.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to see if, like, hey, because I'd be coming back with the potion, I mean, with the thing that carried the potion, can I get the potion cheaper? Because I already have the container.
Like getting a refill from 7-Eleven on your big gulps. Yeah.
What is this? But yeah, exactly.
Well, when you do the bring your own
That's
cup
your
to
plan.
the truck stop.
Yeah, trucks. So that's your morning plans.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Please. I just wanted to know. Because it was an expensive potion. If I could get it a little cheap, not even cheaper, like a normal price, because I
mean,
came
that
back
is
with
still
a container.
cheaper.
A
It's
normal
cheaper than what you
price-
paid for it
price would
by
be-
a significant margin.
Yeah. So the potion shop you're heading to is Lunder's Liquid Wonders.
Yep.
Is the name of it. So you guys both head back there. You see that as it was before. Well, actually, this time it's not quite as busy. The shelves aren't like completely stocked. You actually kind of notice just a lot of where like some of the potions and things were before. It looks like there's more just like decorations in place to kind of mask the lower quantity in the store. Excuse me, stupid fucking canker sore's hurting. Sorry. So, you notice there's like decorations to kind of mask the lower quantity. Like they probably aren't getting as much business because, or at least like in-store business because of the fact that it's like a little bit more military presence. There's probably less tourists, that kind of thing. But yeah, you still, when you walk in, you still see there are a few well-dressed patrons. There's a couple of them in there. Shopping around, somebody is talking to the person at like the front desk. You overhear their conversations, just like, and like they're holding like a little bitty vial of some dark liquid. And you're sure this will help with a performance? And he says, "Oh yes, yes it will." He goes, "Hold on, wait a minute. I think perhaps, as noticing the twinkle in your eye, we may be thinking of different things, sir. I'm talking about singing." And you see the guy kind of blush. He goes, "Oh, this was more for dancing. Allow me to switch that out for you, sir." And takes it back. And you hear some like rummaging. And he says, "Ah, yes. For a beautiful voice, the potion of the thrush, of the songbird. This is for you. Same price, just because of the mistake before." He says, "Ah, yes. Well done. Well done. Oh, it smells divine." Says, "Yes, it's doubles as a bit of a breath freshener. I mean, you don't want to be enchanting a room with morning tunes." They both kind of laugh. Do that rich laugh. And but eventually, you see the man pass over what looks like just like a straight up like bag of the treasury, like a pouch of the treasury. Just like passes that over. He takes it underneath. You can like hear sort of like coins and such moving, and then like refastens it, sets it back up. The dude opens it, like he seems to check it. And, "Pleasure doing business with you, sir." And as he's leaving, he gives you kind of a quick nod and heads out. And there's no more line. You see like another person still seems to be shopping.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just walk right up there and be like, "Oh, g'day, sir. So we were wondering if you do refills."
Excuse me?
Well, refills. I like produce the bottle. We can get a refill on this health potion.
I'm afraid not. I mean, I could, if you just like the bottle, I could sell you a potion. It's going to be a full price, of course, and we could just put it in that bottle, which doesn't hurt anything.
Nah, we were just trying to see if you did refills, because the bottles are nice and all, but, not trying to pay for a bottle. Because I know this is a higher-end establishment, so your prices are a little more upscale. We were just saying if that was a thing you guys do.
I see what you're saying. You mean just you're wondering if maybe the price of the actual bottle itself could be discounted.
Right, exactly.
Give me a
because
diplomacy.
they're so defined and unique in
Well, yeah, because
comparison
your
to normal.
wares are obviously nice, but, I'm not trying to pay for the bottle twice.
Okay, hold on, Lamia. Sounds like you're aiding.
Yeah.
Give me a diplomacy.
Oh, fuck.
You just need to beat a 10
sorry.
to aid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, also language.
I didn't even say the whole entirely. I just said fuck.
You didn't have to say it to mean it.
There you are. Yeah.
All right, take a +0.
Neato. You ready for my roll?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
15. Okay.
That's a poopy roll.
You rolled one more than me. That's insane.
Yeah. I have
But you
ranks
are
in
the talking
diplomacy,
boy.
and also I have 5 charisma modifier. And that's a class skill.
Oh, I guess I should ask. Are you keeping that? Do you want to roll a die on it?
No.
Fine. Okay. So, you say that he says, we can maybe take off a gold piece for the bottle. They're not that expensive by themselves. I mean, they are designer, but You understand, we get them in large orders.
I understand. I look at Lamia and I'm just like, it's up to you, chill bunny.
No. Thank you very much. Your potions are magnificent, but little out of the price range right now. Have a good day.
Of course. It looks like that's actually one of the bottles for one of our healing potions, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And you've used it.
Yep. That's why I know your potions are good.
So I admit the point of them.
It is. It's just healing has a specific implication. I mean, they can be life-saving. You just don't. What's the value of coin versus your life, your health?
You really don't want me to get my accountant to actually spell that out because he's done the math.
Lives are expensive.
Not as much as you would think, which is astounding and kind of appalling.
More than a potion.
Tell
Significantly
that to
more
me.
than a potion.
You've obviously never met Maya. Tell that to Maya. Anyways,
Oh.
have a good day.
No,
sir.
there's a blood price and everything. I mean, but yeah, if you guys just start leaving, he's just like, okay, well, have a nice day, I suppose.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, 15 didn't quite do it, unfortunately.
It is what it is. At least now I know. They
To be
get
fair,
their
it
bottles really
it
cheap.
was a better potion.
It is. It was.
It was at a higher caster level. You know, they didn't actually cheat you.
No, yeah.
We tried.
I literally cannot afford 100 gold.
I mean, you can. We got paid a lot of money, but
I spent a lot of that money to get cure moderate ones.
no, we got paid more money. It's gonna be here. Remember, we got like 15 grand.
I know, but right
It's
now,
just not here
Lamia-
yet, yeah.
Yeah. But so my point is, you can afford it. Maybe not right this second, but you definitely can.
It's coming.
I want to get full plates.
Then,
I'm a
then
fighter.
you-
I can actually
Alright.
move.
Then
Wanna
let me
get a boat.
rephrase my statement. You can afford it, but you are choosing to spend your money on something different. That is two totally separate things. Neither here nor there, though, because
Yes.
I also wouldn't pay the guy that much. So, and I can afford it. I just don't want to.
Well, you don't want 1d8 plus 3? That's 2 more hit points.
I don't want to get chewed out by Mayor. I'm already irresponsible enough with the money, okay? I don't need extra.
Nothing for Sam.
Daytime
I
plans.
don't well,
That's
I'm
right.
gonna go get some food from. Don't the bakery? There's a
You're a bakery.
nice bakery here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. There's
Yeah, I go get
God, the name is so far back.
standard array. Yeah, I get remember either.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're gonna go to break here in a second.
You said
yeah,
the bakery's name is Standard Array
Yeah.
Panda?
What?
he's just
That
he's
was
getting
funny.
a assorted tray of baked
Oh,
goods,
standard
I assume.
array. I think I did say a standard array.
That's
did
what
say
I was
that,
just
yeah.
saying. That's why I was like, what?
Frozen
what you said.
Bakery.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
that makes
the
way more
Grossman.
sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Whatever we get from there, I forget.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the name of the bakery was Standard Array for a second. I was like, we are not that meta. Come on.
No, that would be funny though.
No,
yeah, that
it's
wouldn't be a
Frozen
good name for a
Bakery.
bakery.
Yeah. No, I was gonna go get a standard array of stuff. I was selection from.
Like, so that makes
two
way
silver
more
pieces.
sense. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep. Now take it back in, sure. With people that can
Alright.
make baked goods.
Right. So yeah, you all get back to a standard array of baked goods from the Grossman Bakery.
Lamia
and-
tries, and then she looks miserable.
Yeah. It smells nice.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. Just doesn't taste like hardly anything. You can kind of just just sort of enjoy chewing something, I guess. Start to try to find the small joy in that, except that it's just texture with no flavor, which is it's a lot grosser than it should be.
I'm imagining it's like a gum, except it's not flavored, and you can swallow it safely. That's
It's
what
like
I'm imagining.
it's like
Just
chewing Red Stripe. It's gum. It's not flavored. Or Red Stripe. Yeah.
Did y'all hear that Fruit Stripes is
Red Stripe,
being
sorry.
discontinued?
No, but that's not surprising. It's not good.
I mean, it's good for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, for about 10 seconds is great. But,
So it's not good. Anyways.
but yeah, so we're actually going to go ahead and take our break. We'll come
Okay,
back. I think it was around noonish or so, like a little bit before noon, when your information's going to come back.
Yep.
So we'll come back and do that. But for now, we take a break. We shall return at 5 after the hour.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
See you in a bit, guys.
Away.
Quite a while ago, though, it was not.
Well, I hope you realize your face live now.
Yep.
I'm moving my
Scratching
thing.
my eyeball. Doing look. It itches though. All right, I'm better.
It's in the wrong
No!
place.
You lose your place.
No, my phone was
Ah.
trying to sink into my dirty laundry.
I didn't know Dirty Laundry said Bluetooth. But I need a room shot so I can just every time I say something stupid.
I don't
No.
get it.
Oh, you said sync. You sync Bluetooth to a phone, so sync into your dirty laundry.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, laundry Bluetooth. Listen, one of us has to make terrible dad jokes, and since I'm the only dad here, I have taken that mantle onto myself.
Let's see.
All right. Oh, hold on.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry, everybody. Don't worry, everybody. I got it. All right. Cool.
What? Were we not voice live?
No, we're
No,
voice
it's-
live.
Oh, was it the snail?
Molly, look at your screen.
Where's Dave? Look, we're trying-
Oh, okay. Oh, I was you for a second. That's funny too.
When everyone laughed and clapped my hands when that happened.
The worst part, Dave, is Molly didn't even notice you were gone.
No, yeah.
That's all right.
She was like, "What happened?" Ben is like, "Look at your screen. Is it the snails?" No.
Yes, I laughed quite loud and clapped my hands.
Ladies
Anyway,
and gentlemen, we got him. Anyway, so
You'll all be hearing from my attorney. I'm my attorney, so hi. How's everybody doing?
hello.
Yeah, hello.
I didn't pass the bar,
I didn't
but I'm here anyway.
at all. I never even took the test. It's crazy.
The reason I can't sue Dave is because he is also my attorney.
That's my loophole.
Just be everyone's attorney. You can't be sued. Foolproof plan.
No way it'll backfire on me at all.
I wonder. You know what? I bet there is a case of like that somewhere in the United States history.
Oh, people suing
Looking up
their
legal
attorney?
cases. I mean, like because they have the same attorney.
Oh well,
and
then
etc.
it becomes a conflict of interest, and then somebody has to get a new attorney. Is what ends up happening when that occurs.
I think divorce
Or they both have to.
proceedings
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
happens a lot because
Mhm.
oftentimes, yeah,
married
they
couple
have
has
the
an
same
attorney and then they have to get
attorney. Yes.
Anyway, so has Eli discovered the evil secret of the thing that's in the bag that can't be in the bag?
secret of the ooze.
Yeah. What's Eli doing? That I guess technically morning, when he knows the time is near.
I mean, I would have gone through my same morning ritual stuff that I normally go through, and then after that, I probably would have just like done that thing where you have like ADHD appointment paralysis, where you're like, I have an appointment at 8, which means I can't do anything at all until I leave for that.
Right.
So you just sit there and wait in a chair, with all the anxiety you can possibly have.
So he doesn't get like distracted at his desk at some point, and then just be like, "Wait a minute, what was I waiting for?" And it's like got toast in his mouth, and he's like holding it like a cup of tea, and he goes, "Oh shit!" Right as it comes out.
Hopefully not.
Obviously, he wouldn't say "oh shit." He would say "oh something" though.
Yeah.
But no. Okay. So you're just kind of sitting, anxiety-ridden at your desk.
Yep.
occasionally, because, or wait, no, you actually have an office, so it'll be in your office, I guess. Not really much happening. It doesn't sound like anyone else bothers you. Maybe Sam's out just kind of taking in the town, looking around a little bit. He hasn't really got much of a chance to sightsee.
Salmon around.
Go around the harbor. It's kind of a nice view. It's still rainy as it always is, but once you kind of get used to it, it's sort of nice out. You can kind of see the sun just glinting off the waves. You see some of the ships sailing out there. There's different kinds of birds. Shit, that's Lamia. She slept outside again. But at least she's not in the water. She's just like across across that pier on the other side over there, kind of near the woods.
You know, it's funny you say that, because Lamia intended to start and extra clean that blanket again.
The blanket?
The blanket that's good for a 20-person bed.
Ah, that blanket will never be clean. So,
no matter how much you scrub it,
Yeah.
the stain will never go away.
that's its enchantment, is it will never be clean.
What? Well, you know what?
I'm
Lamia
kidding.
doesn't
I already
know
said
magic,
it wasn't magical. I already said it wasn't magical. Yeah.
and she doesn't know about magic anyway, so...
That'd be fucking awful.
This sign
That
can't
would be
stop me because
awful.
I can't read.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a fucking curse. This will never be a clean object. Clean by whose standards? Mine. Are you meticulous? No. Ah, shit. But anyway, so they're out doing whatever, or in the office. It's up to them. You know the time's coming, kind of mentally ticking down in your head. And it's not like there's like a profound moment, like it's like, oh my god, I've seen everything, brain blast. It's just, from one moment to the next, it's just like, as you're thinking about what's coming, it's already there. And you just know what this fucking thing is. Its shape doesn't, ironically, fit in your mind. You can't picture the object. Not in its entirety, but you can picture it sort of in the form that you touched originally. Which was, much like the other shard you have, just like a somewhat thick sliver of crystalline material. Give me an... Oh, this is a caster level check. Or no, sorry, a concentration check. Sorry, concentration check.
Oof.
Team keeping it?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So, you understand that this is the Shard of Adaptation. You know, well, what you can recall of the information you got, that the will of this shard rejects conformity and will constantly seek to break the mold. It will discover new methods to old ways and always chooses for a chance at improvement over stability. Unfortunately, you do not know its mechanical abilities.
Okay.
But like the other, it does have a will.
Okay. Okie doke. All right. Time to put this thing back in the safe where I got it from.
I think you left it in the safe, and
Probably,
it's just the
yeah.
information coming back to you.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
You did, because you know that if you took it out, it would be... You
Oh,
couldn't
that's
put
right.
it back in.
You reached in, grabbed it, did hidden knowledge, and immediately let it go and put it away.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Because not even just that I didn't want to, or didn't think I could keep it back in the bag, but I just don't want it out anyways. So, if I can avoid it.
Short fund investor. But yeah, so that's what you get. Unfortunately, no more than that at the moment.
Okay.
You learn that. Anyone else have any general daytime plans, or is it just coin collar at night?
Otherwise, after futilely trying to clean the blanket again, I'll start crafting another poncho.
You time.
Okay, give me a check.
And my stuff is here at the office, so I can actually roll with the +2.
That you can.
Everything's accounted for in this.
Nice. You complete the poncho after 8 hours of work.
Sweet. This one, let's see, Rahala's got one, Hattie's got one. You know what? Yeah, I'll get one. This one's for Mayor.
Okay. Mayor has a new poncho. He thanks you. He thanks you.
Okay.
Poncho for Mayor.
Okay. I believe it was silver pieces. I think it was 6, so.
That sounds right.
Okay. I have that spent. That's all Lamia had.
Alrighty. And then Sam has already said he didn't have anything, and then Eli didn't have anything else.
Nope.
Could
Change your
I
mind?
see if anybody needs some help chopping wood or something like that? Maybe
Yeah, you
make
could
a
probably find someone.
cupper. Yeah. Or I'll just help them out. Goodwill.
Oh, you're just gonna like try to do some kind of work?
Yeah.
Nature's metal.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I have
easily.
lead blades prepared. So
Okay.
wood's, for at least a little bit, gotta get some real chopping.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you could go. You go find someone. It's just like some woodcutters out in the field and whatnot, and there's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could use the help. Why not? Go ahead and I guess boop lead blades.
I recovered it.
Nice.
Or at least.
Yeah, one size category higher. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say that gives you a bonus to your check. You're not like professional woodcutter or anything like that. So technically untrained labor, but ultimately it's going to be a wisdom check.
Okay.
But I'm going to say you get a +2 to it, obviously, because you got a spell that can help you out. Not for a long time, but for a little while. That's funny. Jesus Christ.
I had that feeling.
It's either going to be a 20 or a 1. That's what it feels like with those kinds of rolls.
Right? Here. Half per week. Where's the daily rule? Okay, technically that's that. Alright. So normally untrained laborers earn an average of 1 silver piece per day, which means it ranges from the copper range. Typically, if you're trained, you get half your check per week. So we're looking at But you get half your check in gold, not
No.
in silver.
Well, I'm just gonna take
So-
enough money to pay for my food for the day.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we could actually pay this out. I have an easy way to do it.
No.
We just change it from gold to silver, and
I'm just building some rapport with
12.
these woodcutters, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, we say that. Yeah, that'll pay for your meal for the day and everything. I guess give me a just see what kind of impression you make.
I don't like this guy's come for our jobs.
I mean, give me a diplomacy check. I'll give you. We'll want to modify this with your wisdom. What's the difference?
Oh,
I think
nice.
your charisma is what? +0?
Yeah.
And wisdom is +3?
Yeah. So it's +3.
Okay, so yeah, just get a +3 to your diplomacy check here.
Oh, also very good.
Nice.
Guys, when it's not
yeah,
important, I roll well.
Yeah.
They seem to like you out there.
It is
Which-
important. Sam
Yeah.
likes people.
Sam
It-
rolls
it
well
make-
when it comes
it-
to forestry services.
It also makes sense. Like, they're kind of, you're all sort of like salt of the earth type people, you know? So, you don't know a ton about what they do. They are not farmers, so you're able to like kind of share a little bit of like different insights into your backgrounds and stuff, and like little breaks and stuff between. You know quite a bit about nature and plants and things that they just don't necessarily know. So, there's a lot of interesting conversation for you guys to have. So yeah, spend the day out there with them. They're all pretty happy with you. One of them just invites you back to his place for lunch. Like, he's like, yeah, my wife will make lunch for us. No big deal. Like, you and a few of the others go over there. You can still say you spent the silver on food, maybe at the end of the day or something. But yeah, that takes care of that. I don't have names for them, but you can say that you made some friends with some of the local woodcutters in Saigon.
It's good if we ever need to
Yeah.
get wood or something.
I don't know, like a boat?
Yeah. Perchance.
Like
Maybe even a boat.
Perhaps like
Wow.
a boat.
Yeah.
You're just gonna slowly make friends with everyone adjacent to like to
Yeah,
boats.
So where's the
Somebody gives
Weavers Guild at?
Yeah.
Where are they? Lumia, can you make a really big poncho, like 30 feet by 60 feet?
You trying to clothe a giant?
Something like that. No, that's...
But,
A giant
so you spend some time
boat.
doing that, and then you guys get back a little bit tired, a little bit. Sam probably a little bit sore, not like crazy sore because you still do a lot, right? You're a very fit person, but it's like different muscles than you're used to using, that kind of thing. It was a lot of pretty hard work because obviously you wanted to keep up, and you did. Obviously, natural 20, you pushed yourself a bit. So you're a little bit sore. Probably feels kind of good, though, to like just do some manual labor after doing all this crazy adventure and shit for a while. So I imagine Sam gets back in pretty good mood. Lamia got to finish a project. She's in a pretty good mood.
Yeah.
Eli has been anxiety-ridden for the last 6 hours, so...
Yeah, so I'm in a great mood, guys.
So yeah, that's over. So he's probably pretty okay by now. A couple of you may want a drink more than the others. I don't know, maybe. But cool. So then you guys are gonna head to the coin collar.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Neato. Yeah. Probably just about time it's getting a little bit dark. You start heading out. Maybe sit in the office and chit chat for a little while just to kind of get reacquainted and ready. Rahala will go with you.
Good. I was going to ask her to, if not, since that's kind of her stomping grounds.
Yeah.
It is.
She hasn't got to be
and
back in a bit. Go ahead.
I guess since we're doing chatting and stuff, I'm like, hey, Rahala, have you glanced over that paper?
I've started looking into it. I haven't finished translating it yet. There's a few books I'm waiting on at the local library that may help.
What, they were already checked out?
Some of them have to be requisitioned in advance, and then they have to be approved, and so on and so forth. They're a bit expensive, so they don't just loan them out to anyone. And, as you know, I'm not local, so It's not like I have a residence
Oh.
or something for them to check it against. I just have employment.
I guess that
which
makes
does help.
sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so she's working on it. You guys finally make it back. It has legitimately been a very long time in real life, but also in
Yeah.
character, since you've
Yep.
approached the doors of the coin collar. You can hear already. You can hear you can hear the rowdiness inside. Like people have already kind of started getting up to like singing, and some people are telling stories or just talking loud. It's been the end of a long day at work. They're hanging out with their friends. You hear some music is playing in there. You can smell a very strong, like a very strong smell of like a really hearty meal of something very savory being cooked inside. So you guys enter, and you can. It has that same sort of effect it did before, where you're like coming in out of the Fey Alley, where it's dark and a little bit creepy just to walk around there when the sun's going down. It seems almost colder than normal. The rain is more bothersome. As soon as you enter into the coin collar, it's warm. It smells like spices. It smells like booze. You smell like a home cooked meal in the back, like fresh bread. You can hear some, very intricate music being played by the local band there. Some guys up there just singing his heart out, doing a real good job of it. There's probably ghosts around, but they must be enjoying themselves too, because like they aren't complaining.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder.
You can see kind of the two halves of the establishment have like slightly different energy. There's like over to close to the band, there's a lot of people who are up and slamming their mugs on the counter or stomping or clapping their hands, or some of them are dancing. You see somebody like grab someone by the hand, like pull them up out of the chair and like spin them around. You just see all that kind of thing going on that side. And then more towards the bar, it's still high energy, but more people are seated, more people are just talking. Some people are playing games. Not as much dancing and rabble-rousing from over there, but you do see some like people just bursting out laughing for reasons that you'll probably never know. So you guys enter, and immediately Rahala sees the group of bards that you saw the last time you were here. One of them stands up and it's just like, and she's like, "Oh, you're here! I didn't know you were in town." And she like immediately goes that direction. Kind of like touches whoever's close on the shoulder to be like, "Hey, I'm going over there," but doesn't like say that, just a touch, and then she walks off. So obviously that happens. You see the Avar barkeep there at the front of it, kind of just sitting there cleaning a mug, and he kind of smiles a little bit and raises it at you all and says, "Been a while."
It sure has. It sure has. How's business been for you?
Oh, slow, bit dreary as usual. Not much going on. As someone just like upends their tankard and like falls backward onto the floor, just drunk as hell. Server's like lifts him up back in their chair. "I think you got off for the day, sir." "It's probably for the best."
Always an uneventful day here, as I like kind of jokingly head nod towards that guy.
"Always. Are you just here for a drink, or it's not the end of the week yet? No scary stories tonight."
Unfortunately, just here for a drink then. Well, and I forget that guy's name.
Yanish?
Yanish, thank you. And if you've seen Yanish around, I had a question for him. If not, no big deal.
Yanish. What do you want with him?
Just had to chat with him about finding his friend of his.
Ah, right. Yeah. He's about. So give me all three of you can give me perception if you're paying attention. If you're not, then don't bother.
Do-do-do.
I rolled a 2.
All right, Sam.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
This interior that we're in. Are there house
You already
plants?
rolled better than us, you jackass.
Perhaps tree houseplants?
Tree houseplant.
No, somebody's eating something with broccoli in it, though. It's still not a forest. But a 26 is fucking wild. So, you notice as he says that when he goes, he's around, you notice that he kind of pointedly looks a certain direction and then goes back to shining the mug. He says, he's not really the type to like folks, talking about his whereabouts and all that, though.
Understandable. I mean, who does like that?
He does
You people.
just fill 3 mugs and set them in front of you 3, though. On the house.
Ah, appreciate it. We'll get you on the next one. I throw him a tip anyways, even though it was on the house.
Lamia pushes hers towards Sam.
I pick it up.
Sam's double mugging.
I think we should sit over there.
He goes like, he kind of raises a brow. He's just going sober on me.
Sauce.
I decided it's not good for me to drink.
She has a gluten intolerance.
Yeah, the gluten. That's what's doing it.
Ah, yes, gluten.
Like anything made out of wheat, like any kind of wheat-based stuff, yeah. Honey. Now, if you have some like mead, like
Lamia is just glaring at Sam.
honey comes from bees, and bees are animals.
I
It comes from a bee's
It's
behind.
pretty high shelf, but
Maybe later.
what the heck. I've been looking to get an opinion on it anyway. He actually goes and takes a different mug. Goes underneath, like what you can see is like the one's already tapped and stuff. You can hear I'm tapping a different keg. Fills that one up, puts this very just beautifully golden mead in front of you. You see it's a little bit dark, like almost like that dark amber honey color.
Mm-hmm.
Puts that one in front of you, Lami, and says, had this one from I don't remember the name of the city. They're famous for their for the honey that comes from there. Apparently they like to bless their bounty in the name of Mr. Gaia. Maybe there's something to it. Stuff is quite expensive, but maybe it'll give you a religious experience.
Whenever anybody says, by the way, just so you know, I'm replacing it could even be a boat with this. Anytime anybody says, I don't remember the name of the city, I'm gonna say, did they go rice there? Because of that stupid sign.
I love that side so much.
Anyways, I tipped him a whole silver was what I was actually gonna say. But,
Lamia slaps down 2 gold and then glares over at Sam and chugs it down.
I'm gonna look at you like you grew an extra head, but okay. I can't afford this health potion. I'm gonna tip 2 gold at a bar. Anyways.
Well, Mayor's not here, so she doesn't have to worry about giving him a heart attack.
That's true, that's true.
So tip him 2 gold is thank you kindly.
Maird's just back in the office, like,
Yeah,
why am I
all of a sudden?
What is
I
happening?
felt the disturbance in the force.
Am I being called home? Is this it? Do you drink it?
Yeah, I chugged it.
Okay.
I glared at Sam and chugged it.
Lamia,
Yeah.
this tastes fucking great.
Cool.
Like, it probably surprises you as you're like drinking it that there's like, it's not just, oh, I'm just basically chugging water. You feel the kick of alcohol in this. It's not weak either, but you get like the sweetness, you get that kind of just general, I don't know what to call it, funk that you get from like a good mead. There's something kind of sharp, like just like a strong tannin kind of like almost a bitterness, but it's not unwelcome. It just gives the whole thing body. But it is a bit surprising. You weren't expecting that.
No.
So real quick, just give me a fortitude save.
Yep.
Just to make sure you don't kind of choke yourself trying to be cool over here.
Oh, I don't.
No. so okay, yeah. So you're surprised, but this has a lot of flavor. It actually tastes amazing.
Which is even better
Noticing
because I
that-
haven't had amazing drink.
No. So you notice that kind of in the instant that you take like the first full-throated pull of this mug. I guess you could describe how does that natural 20 play out?
Like after getting that chug, she stops drinking for a second and takes like a big deep breath, kind of red-faced, and then grins viciously and just drowns the rest of it and smacks it down and be like, "That's amazing. Good job finding that."
Yeah. Gluten intolerance. he goes back to washing the mug. Says, "Alright, thanks for the review. I think I know what to charge for it now."
What's gluten? Anyways,
You'd like that, Sam.
Sorry, if I wasn't dying in real life, yeah.
I know, right? He's trying. But, cool. So, yeah, you tasted something crazy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Panda.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said something. You're good.
No, sorry.
It's made of people.
Yeah, that's what
no,
Ellie
meat
said.
is generally made of honey.
soylent meat is people.
If it was people, I think it would be called something else. Like, he's not gonna lie. What the hell?
It'd be soylent, whatever.
But anyway,
Silent honey.
Is soylent coal any good? Varies from person to person.
Oof.
Sam,
But Sam, you were the only one that noticed the look he gave when he
Yeah.
said he's around.
Yeah. I will say we should go sit over here. And, as we start walking away, I'm like, yeah, he gestured. He's over in this general direction.
Cool.
Follow Sam. Kind of with a swag.
Oh, excuse
Alrighty.
me. Don't pardon me. Oh, sorry.
So
Oh,
as you're
just going to be
making
squeezing
your way
past you there.
over that direction, obviously, you all might realize it. Brain, come on, Eli.
Mm-hmm.
To you, it's pretty obvious. The name Yanish is Tertian.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean,
I think that was actually spelled out before, but just in
even if it wasn't, we've played enough in Hayethe for me to know that.
yeah. So when like Sam's like, "Hey," gestured, and he starts walking you guys over there. You know a little bit more about the Caliphate. You weren't raised there, but you're raised by somebody who lived there for a very long time. So you know that a good portion of their population is Astir, or in regular Pathfinder, be Atraxian. They're kind of like fuzzy, semi-feline-esque people, like human facial features and stuff, but they have like ears and that kind of deal, right? So you spot this very handsomely dressed young male Asir. Kind of has like almost like the fur's almost got like that snow leopard type pattern. It's like very gray white with little like stripes and stuff across it. The hair is just like a darker shade of that. You can immediately tell it's kind of that like medium length type hair. You can tell he did the thing where he's like made it look messy, but messy the way he wanted it. His appearance is very meticulously groomed, in short. Very bright green eyes. Good looking dude. Immediately in your brain's like, oh, that's the Tertian. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably him, because you don't see a lot of Asir out here.
makes sense.
You see like maybe a couple around this area, but like this direction, he's the only one. So immediately you're like, that's probably the guy. He appears to be sitting with 3 other people. Looks like a Demi, a Vishkanya, and an Ulukana sitting with him. they appear to be playing some Hunter's Gambit at the moment. Well, he's not playing. He's like kind of sitting observing. He's drinking. They are, and he's like, you can see every once in a while he like nudges the Demi and like kind of whispers something to him. They can like, okay, I'll go over here. You just see they're kind of sitting there playing as you all approach. They don't really look up or anything. They don't acknowledge you, just because then that'd be acknowledging that like, oh, there's people here definitely to see me. It's not gonna do that. So
I'll just kind of walk up by there, and in Tertian, I'll ask him. I'll be like, "Hey, you mind if I have a seat and play in on a hand or two here in a minute?"
He finishes, like he kind of says something else to the other person, and then it's like he looks at you after you're done speaking. He says in Tertian, he says, "Oh, someone else that speaks the home tongue. I don't often hear it, well, less accented out here. Sure, have a seat." And then in Ulu, he says, "You can both sit too."
Okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of still be talking. I was like, I'm not from the Caliphate, but was raised in the ways. So I still got a bit of an accent, of course, but more of my native tongue, so to speak.
You're speaking this in Tertian, or are you switching back to Ulu?
Oh, I'll switch to Ulu since he said change over the conversation. I'll sit down.
Yeah. He says, you were raised in the ways. What's that mean?
Very traditional Caliphate upbringing, and some instruction in the ways of the Arcana from the more of the traditional structured Caliphate way.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Don't see many of that type of person out here. Especially not asking to be cut into a Hunter's Gambit game, if that's what you're here for. The other two, you can roll Sense Motive for me real quick. Because I know you've told me Eli won't, so...
Yep, I will not roll Sense Motive. You are
Hell
correct.
yeah, I do have sense motive.
I didn't put any points in it, and I also don't feel like I need to use it.
One of these days, you guys will stop rolling fucking high.
I mean, I usually do roll pretty low on my sense motive.
Okay. So Sam, you hit the DC there. You notice as when Eli is talking about, traditional Caliphate stuff like that, as soon as he kind of says traditional, you see it's masked pretty quickly, but you notice just like a hint of like what you can only think of as like disgust or disdain. Like he definitely is not. He doesn't think highly of that. Lamia, what you'll notice is the person next to him that he's been apparently like coaching for Hunter's Gambit seems to be. You just notice they've barely slowed down playing a little bit, like they're watching you guys. Like you notice, like they occasionally kind of glance over and they're like playing a little slower. Like now they're trying to pay attention to you guys to an extent. Maybe watching for hostility or what, you don't know for sure, but yeah.
I was gonna say, do any of them look like they might reach for like a weapon at any time?
Can't really tell. They could.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't necessarily see their hands at all times. There's a table. So,
Okay.
So, what's the buy-in on the game?
Oh, we're going cheap today. It's the beginning of the week. Just a few copper, whatever you feel confident in.
Oh, I'll just grab some copper out of my coin purse and just toss on the table for the next roll. I'll wait.
You got a set?
I don't actually. I used to, but one of my employees, she absconded with it. I guess it's still technically mine, but try and get it from her.
No thanks. He kind of nudges the person that kind of watching. He goes, "Oh, yeah, you can borrow mine if you need it. It's fine." Just don't curse it or anything, yeah?
Try not to.
So they keep playing. I don't know if any of you guys say anything while you're kind of just waiting.
I'm doing that thing where I'm watching the game intently, and I'm just kind of like chit-chatting as we're going. Nothing substantial, just kind of, weather's been whatever, this and that, rainy as usual, blah, blah, blah.
Go ahead, Molly.
Lamia is actually going to get kind of up and like walk around the table, acting, like, man, I'm kind of drunk. I need to walk off this drink a little. But she's more trying to observe if they have weapons and such on them.
Uh-huh. Roll a bluff.
Yeah, I had that feeling. I had that feeling. I rolled so good on my constitution, so yeah, whatever. I'm keeping it because.
So she gets up just like, yeah, man, so tipsy. Should probably get used to this if I'm gonna walk today. Because the booze, like, just the most obvious, like, what is she fucking doing? So she gets up and starts kind of walking around. You do get looks from the other ones, like Yanish, like the other three there, all kind of look up at you and they're like, okay. So you walk around, I guess, go ahead and give me perception.
Ugh.
I rolled really good.
You did.
So you walk around.
I wouldn't have been able to beat that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't ask if you were sure. Because if it was within range, I'd have been like, you could beat it, but no.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. So yeah, I don't see any weapons. Cool.
Yeah, you don't see anything odd. They just kind of look at you weird.
But I'll continue to walk around not just them, but the whole bar.
Okay.
To keep up the bluff.
A little bit.
Yep.
I don't feel like I'm being encircled by a wolf.
Maybe you
What?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sam.
Does Sam say or do anything while you guys are watching the game?
Those are pretty. Talking about the dice. I like the symbols.
Oh yeah,
double
these ones
fist
my grandmother
smugs of
made.
ale.
Says someone. So general chit chat. Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, probably not going to go into an actual game of Hunter's Gambit right now.
Fair enough.
Just because, yeah. But
It takes so much time. Bless it.
well, mostly because we're not brushed up on the rules all the time, so we can't play quickly.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we were brushed up on the rules, me and Dave could go quick, but.
Yeah, when we were developing it, we were able to hammer out games fast.
Mm-hmm. And then I think it was Panda. You and JB actually tested it for a little while. You guys got pretty fast after a little bit too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, sorry. But yes, there is actual Hunter Gambit, but we're not going to do it right now just because it would take a while.
We might throw rules or something in the Discord. At some point.
Patreon.
Yeah, we could for sure. One of these days we'll do one on stream when we're actually ready for it. But
yeah,
Right.
we might do that on an off week too. Just as a bit of our shenaniganery.
as a thing, yeah. But yeah, so you get cut in. Yanish actually takes out his set of Hunter's Gambit dice. The guys left just passes his over to. He actually won the game. So he pulls a few copper over. Yanish just matches whatever you ante. So
In gold.
I just tossed in a few copper, like 3 or 4 or whatever.
so he puts down 4. Excuse me. So you guys will get started. We'll just handle this with. Okay, so here's how we'll do it. We're gonna go just basic D20 versus D20. However, if you have a skill you want to use or like an ability check of some kind you want to try to do, then you could potentially get advantage on the roll. You roll twice, take the better.
Cool.
You just got to tell me how you're using that skill.
Okay. Fair enough. Let me look at my skills really quick. I would like to use Okay, I got it. I would like to see if I could use diplomacy to be a distracting enough conversationalist that they're not necessarily focused on the strategic part of the game.
That borders bluff, but I'll allow it. That's
I
fine.
could use bluff too. I would like to use a verbal charisma-based skill. Okay,
Yeah, bluff is the most
whichever
important for
one
that.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll go with bluff then.
You want me to just roll a bluff then?
Yes, sir. Nice.
There we go.
Okay. Beat. Okay, yep, you'll get advantage. So give me. Well, I'll roll first so you know what you're trying to beat. Probably not too difficult, but it is you, so you might need that.
All right. So I'll roll 2d20s, take the highest, right?
Yeah.
Hey, 19. It's pretty high.
I was gonna
That
say,
is pretty
Dave, if you rolled like a 5, do a stunt die.
I
don't mind losing some copper.
Technically, it's a fucking D20 roll, so yeah.
Yeah. I also don't mind losing some copper. You should see
You guys
some
are
of the
going to-
advantage rolls I've had to make in combat in 5e. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I've still rolled like 5s.
Yeah, I've rolled pretty fucking bad in those two before. We were like,
Dude,
a
I swear
6 and a
D&D
6.
Beyond's like dice roller hates me. Like Panda, Pathfinder or the Pathfinder, Roll 20 hates Panda, but D&D Beyond hates me.
Yeah.
So like,
Fair.
you know,
It's been nice to me tonight, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
I'll say it. Don't
Right.
worry. I
It's
jinxed
good.
you.
You know what? Fair.
So,
I jinxed you. It's okay.
so you take the lead so far in points. You've managed to knock out, a couple of the different little hunting grounds in the area in your favor.
I just want to say I probably chose the hawk, just character wise.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so you chose
Just
Hawk.
I feel like that's an Eli I wanted to pick. So
He would go serpent.
Yeah.
In that case. Oh yeah. The colloquial. That's the funny thing is usually rules are determined like who goes first is determined by culture.
yeah.
Ulis culture, I believe, it's like Ulis and I think Raleigh are both the oldest goes first. And that can get really granular. And then if you don't know, you just lose. Like if it's like, okay, so what hour of the day were you born? Since we were born on the same day.
Yeah.
Morning? That's not an hour. I win. I'm the oldest. So I get to pick first. But since you both are Tertian, that is different. I actually don't remember their cultural thing for Hunter's Gambit. I think
Does Sam-
it's... Go ahead.
Pick up the hawk at all? Be like, oh, look, it's your hawk.
It's a pretty bird, just like you, buddy. As he eats the die because he's a bird.
No!
Bro, why? Why do you always do this? You knew he did this? You brought it? No. I don't know what the Tertian would be. What do you think the Tertian would be?
That's a good question. Because honestly,
I
Birth?
think I have it somewhere.
I mean, not birth as in when you were born, but like their house.
I don't know.
It has a house, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what I compare.
How close you're to the capital.
Your proximity of birth to the capital. That'd be weird.
would be weird, but
It could.
No,
They're
I'm
not.
just
Yeah,
trying
because
to-
they're not travelers. They're more studious. They're more into the arcane and all that stuff. Also, Imperial Nation. For now, we'll just say, let's say, just because I don't want to sit here and think about this for the next 20 minutes, we can talk about this off screen. For now, we'll say maybe the two Tertians, for fun, still follow the Ulu rules.
yeah,
Because
we're
it's just
in.
kind of
we're
Yeah,
in
that makes sense.
Hulu lands. Why not use those? That means
Like, I can imagine there was like a brief
Yeah.
conversation of like, okay, like you were about to get into the tertiary rules, like, no, as the Romans do, as they say, right?
yeah, right. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Which, how old is Eli?
22.
22. Eli is younger, so yeah, he would have picked the serpent. You got to pick the hawk,
Yeah.
or the hawk.
I'm gonna pick the hawk every time, probably, just because. It seems like the Eli way to do it.
So anyway, but yeah, you take the lead while you guys are playing and stuff. He says, "Huh, you're pretty good. Not good enough that I think I'm being hustled, but
I mean, if I was hustling you, I'd be losing.
yeah, sharp strategy here, just in the first half. So, I've got to ask, what brought you to my table? I'm not the only one playing."
Well, for one, it's not every day you see a Tertian, and I don't really get to chat with people from there very often. So that was an initial draw. And then two, I realized that we actually have a mutual friend, and so I also wanted to talk to you about that.
Do we now?
Yeah. His name starts with a D, but I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Oh, here goes Molly. She's doing
Yeah,
it.
I'm looking at it. 'Cause I know I typed it up so it was closer instead of further away in my notes.
I say as I take one of Sam's 2 mugs and pour some of it into
The
my mug.
Newt.
The Newt, okay.
Danute, yes.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, Danute.
Danute.
Sam looks perturbed that you stole his beer.
Just a little bit.
Much as I'm enjoying your company, I think you might be mistaken. I don't know a Danute.
Ah, weird. Yeah, I was looking for him because he's a pal of mine and also happens to be my landlord. But I helped him out with a problem before, and I was trying to do so again. I heard he needed my help. That's kind of my job. That's what I do.
You're Wasif?
That's me. One and only.
You got that weird acquisition shop or whatever it is, right?
Sure do.
Yeah, I remember hearing him say something about renting to you.
Yeah. Bunch of the Modric people are trying to like foreclose on the property and buy it out from under him, which is just criminal. And so I was trying to get him so he didn't get hustled out of his own property.
Right, well, since you're a friend, then yeah, obviously I do know him, but maybe I should say I knew him. He hasn't been seen for a while.
So I heard. I was just alarmed. I was trying to see if he was just around, because sometimes hasn't been seen for a while just means that he went on vacation or something and didn't tell anybody. So
True. But yeah, not in this case. I know my move now. We're gonna roll again. Do you want to use another skill?
yeah, I don't cheat. The first thing I saw was escape artist, and I was like, I don't want to cheat. Hold on.
By wiggling under your chair?
No, secretly palming
That'd be
another
sleight
set of dice in my secret coat parts because I have
that-
concealed
That'd be
coats.
sleight of hand for sure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But either way, I have points in that too. But no, I don't want to use either of those. I don't really have another good skill for that. You know what? I'll just roll straight up. I don't have a good skill that I feel wouldn't actively be cheating.
Fair enough.
Talking to people to distract them, not cheating. Uh,
God.
changing
Okay.
dice rolls, cheating. Oh, okay.
Well,
Let's see.
Let's see what you get.
Watch my one.
Snail.
Oh, 16. Okay. I was gonna say watch my one. But
Damn. Shouldn't have depended on you not seeing that. Oh, well. It's quite a lead you've got. What were we talking about? Oh, there's some new mead up there I've been meaning to try. Might have to get some of that.
I point to Lamia. She highly recommends it.
Kind of glances at you. Is that so? And keeps playing.
I never was much for mead, honestly. It's too sweet. But, you know. I was never... I never had much of a sweet tooth, so maybe that's why. Except for those baked goods from that one place. What was that place you went to, Sam, earlier? Those were pretty good.
Does Lamia respond at all?
Oh, to him,
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I had basically rounded it around to where Rahala and her rowdy gang was, just listening to them for a minute. So I don't know if even Lamia
You're
would have...
away, so he like points at you off other side of the room. He's like, oh, interesting. And keeps playing. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you try to glean any other information or anything out of him during that little interim there? Either you or Sam, since you're both at the table.
I mean, other than...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, other than I'm going to just keep... Not necessarily pumping him, but I guess I'm going to ask if he knew anything about, latest whereabouts or whatever, like, any more rumors about where, just had it, Arush? Danute, thank you. Danute went. That's all my questions are going to be about, but I'm going to sprinkle them in because I'm a concerned friend, not necessarily because I'm trying to pump him for information.
Keeping that in mind.
Damn, sense motive if he answers the questions.
He's been answering questions.
No, I mean like that specifically because is he telling the truth on like really not knowing where he is, or you know what I mean?
It's up to you, Panda.
I'm not very good at sense motive.
And I refuse.
Sure.
No, you want to do it? Okay.
I mean, if that isn't what you want to do, of course.
Well, all right.
Excuse me.
I have to roll a 17 or higher to get anything, so...
Well, that's a hunch. That's not to... Like, a hunch is different. Trying to, like... If he's, like, actively lying, that's an opposed check. Like, he has to roll a bluff.
Okay.
But a hunch is just, like, to get a sense of something before anything else is going on. Would you keep it in 12?
Yeah.
So from earlier, your earlier sense, you don't quite get one way or another on when he's saying. He's mostly just answering like in the negative to all the inquiries of like, you know, any rumors? No, he just sort of disappeared one day. Some people are saying that he left because he didn't want the responsibility, but that doesn't seem like him. I don't know. Maybe he's hiding from something. He's like just kind of being a little evasive. Not even really evasive, just look, I don't know anything. The sense you got earlier though, Sam, seems to be growing. Like that distaste he's got for... Since Eli said that, it seems like it's not gone away. Like he still like doesn't seem to like him for some reason. You're muted, by the way. I don't know if you're trying to say anything. Okay.
No, I said okay, then I was like, I just nodded because I guess the same message.
So yeah, he's mostly just denying it. We can go to the last set of rolls. You just want to go straight. might be the last set of rolls if you win.
Yep, that's fine. Straight's fine with me.
Ha! Good roll. Don't
Oh,
you
boy.
fucking dare.
Nope, same rolls last time.
Okay, that's still good though. God. Excuse me. So he's trying to claw this back a little bit. Which you know is also kind of keeping the conversation going. Once it ends, you don't know if he's going to want another game or if he's going to want to move on to something else. But he does start to kind of pull the game back. I would need, I guess, some more specific questions at this point, because he just seems like he's denying most things. Whether or not Eli would believe him at this point is just up to Eli, right? But
well, in this case, I'm gonna ask a different style of question, which is and maybe catch him a little off guard. Which is, it's like, have you ever had to deal with Modric? They're around here more than they used to be. And then follow that up with, regardless of what his answer is, be like, well, you know, I've had not fantastic dealings with them in the past, and I've known that they can be some pretty rough customers, and I just want to make sure that the nude's good, because they can kind of make life difficult for people who say no to them.
okay, go ahead and give me diplomacy on that.
Okay. There's my 20.
There it is. Would you like to enhance that at all?
No, I'm cool. The 30's good. I'm fine.
You go with the 30? All right.
Take the 30.
Well, so you start to say that, and he kind of watches you for a second. He like takes his hand off his die. Huh. You know, I had heard a little bit about that. Alright. I'll bite. Why do you really want to find him?
Well, twofold. One, I meant what I said about Modric. They're nasty customers, and saying no to them makes enemies fast. And then, secondly, if he doesn't come back, they're going to just take my business, essentially, like the building I live in, and buy it. And then I'm sure they're going to kick me out because they don't like me. It's fun. I don't particularly like them either.
Yeah. You know, it's odd. They're not too dissimilar to the traditional nobility in our homeland.
Yeah, it's pretty true, unfortunately. I don't know about you, but I grew up on the service end of the nobility side of things. So kind of had to deal with the people not liking you very much part.
That's what you meant. Okay. I guess that all pieces together properly. He kind of makes a quick gesture with his hands. You see the other three at the table all like kind of adjust their posture. They seem a little bit more relaxed. This is all right. So you need his help to keep your place of business. That does present one problem. He's not looking to be found.
He's worried about that.
And he's not around these parts anymore. We'll just say he came to the right person. Escape routes are a pretty hot commodity these days, you know, with the borders and all. But there's some open space on the waters. The man got out of town. He's a good guy. I had to help him out. Plus, he's got coin. But aside from that, it sounds like you're also probably a pretty good guy who needs some help. I've seen Danute's signature. Maybe he writes you a letter?
I just kind of like nod, get the nod, wink, kind of nudge, wink,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Something that, would hold up in a official room where they go over bids and this and that, what goes to his estate. Who cares? I just need to know how much that'd be worth to you.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I have money and I can pay you, but it's not going to be today. I don't expect the letter until I make the payment. I just want you to know I don't walk around carrying, large sums of gold on my person. So it wouldn't be one of those things where I just walked in here, money bags afloat, to hand you cash.
Would be a bit odd, yeah.
Right. Look, I'm willing to give a substantial sum, but I would say that we make more of a considered effort to have a deal. If you could come by my office, where I do have money, then we could work out that price there, and I could easily pay you. In person.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. I could swing by maybe tomorrow afternoon.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Now, I need to get back to business, clawing this game back from the depths that you've stolen it from. So, he's going to use a skill.
All right.
Give me a perception check.
Let's go. Oof, I thought it was going to be 1 for a second.
Right, he gets to roll twice.
Cool.
Watch me roll fucking Garbo.
That was good.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
That was pretty nice.
Okay. So you're 2 and 2. We're basically on the last. You're on like the last little hunting ground that's left. It's basically trying to figure out how to configure this to take this strategically and end the game with you in the lead. He can't use sleight of hand again. So he's gonna. I didn't tell you just because he's being sneaky.
Yeah, I figured.
He's gonna be sneaky again. I'll tell you that much. So here's what I'll tell you what he's doing, so that way if you want to try to counter it or something as your thing, you can.
Sure.
He's going to use Mage Hand as a spell-like ability, so no components other than just like he still has to point at the object. So there's a subtle point whenever the little combat section for the dice that are rolling to try to influence the roll.
Okay.
Skill that's going to use in this case can't use sleight of hand, so it's just going to be his knowledge arcana. I will tell you, it's not great. It's not his best skill. Actually, it probably should be his spellcraft, which is actually worse. So I'm gonna go spellcraft.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna mess with it. If I lose this game, it's no skin off my nose. I won as far as I'm concerned because I got the thing I really wanted, which was the info and the potential, cheaper buy-in of retaining my property.
You're gonna do a straight roll, assuming he doesn't. Like he might fuck the skill check up anyway. So, DC's 15. Nope, crush it.
Oh, there we go.
So he gets advantage. Oh. Wow, you rolled shit. You rolled 2 8s.
Yeah.
You rolled 2 8s.
I beat both dice. Even if you add them together.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, he influences one of the dice, but it isn't the one that mattered more, essentially, in the combat roll. It's like, he influences one that was probably going to land on like a 2 to a 1, and then the other one's like 6. It was, fuck. He's just Come over and beat me at my own table with my friend's dice. Take your copper.
I appreciate the game though. It's been a long time since I've actually gotten to play, and especially
don't say that
play a good
now.
one.
No. You're an old hand. You've done this 1,000 times.
I mean, that is actually true. I just haven't done it recently.
No, you were in that tournament just the other day. Took first place. I had no chance.
I did beat a Federo at this game once, so there's that.
Yeah, there's that. See, he beat a Federo. And the friend is just like, I think that just means my dice are lucky now. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Hey, you want another game now?
I was like, keep well hot, man. Yeah. You know.
Dude's like in the middle of a bite of food, just like, yeah. Not paying attention at all.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he got like the all clear, he's like, shit, my food's getting cold, bro. But,
I'll scoop that up and be like, you know what? Hey, what are you drinking? I'll get one for the table to point at everybody. With your money, of course.
Yeah. He was like about to say it, but so you buy around for the table. They all, of course, are like, "Oh, neat." They don't. Obviously, you won 4 copper.
Yeah.
but like, dude's like, "I want to try that mead." Well, there goes all that copper, easy. But you know, and then Yanish is polite. It's just like, whatever's on tap. The other person's just like, "Oh yeah, it's beer."
But yeah, I'll come back in. I'll drink with them. I'll chat while they're playing too. Be polite before I go find Rahala and talk to her for a bit.
So yeah, while you're chatting and whenever you're about to leave, we're about to go to go to Rahala's table and stuff. He's just like, "Oh yeah, you came with her. Nice pick on the employment there."
She is incredibly helpful.
I bet she is. That sounded way more chauvinistic than I meant.
No,
I'm sure she's good at what she does, but she's also gorgeous.
Yeah,
send her my way if she's looking.
I'll ask.
Cool. So you head over there. So Lamia, you've been over there the whole time.
Yeah, I am kind of like distracted by stories that Lamia didn't get to hear because she was busy freaking out with wolf stuff the first time the troop was talking about stories.
Somebody else talking about the Storm Harshen again?
Yeah.
As I walk up, I'm going to ask that question.
So, Lamia, they haven't stopped talking.
Yeah.
No gaps. Even if someone asks you a question, it's kind of like in this chat, where someone else is going to chime in. It doesn't matter. Whereas someone will be like, "Oh, have you ever been to the launch?" Of course she hasn't been to the launch. Listen, if you ever go, make sure you talk, it's just back and forth. Everyone's just always going. It's entertaining, especially if you're like, I didn't want to talk anyway. I just kind of wanted to chill. So yeah, you come over here right as someone is just finishing talking about this, trying to tell you a story about the Storm Harshen, while someone else is like, it's not real. And someone else is like, well, it's probably real, but it died a long time ago. And Rahal is like, it doesn't matter, let him finish the story. And he's like, yeah, damn right, let me finish the story. So this guy's on this mountain. He goes, what mountain? Tell me the specific mountain. If this isn't made up, what mountain was it? He's like, it doesn't matter what mountain. It's somewhere in the Midlands. But that's the story of the Storm Harshen you get. Lots of interruptions. When Eli, you show up and someone talk about the Storm Harshen again, and he goes, I'm trying. But well met. How are you? It's been a while.
Yeah. I need to borrow Rahala for a minute.
Where is he?
Sam heard Storm Harshen halfway across the place.
No, well met.
Well met.
Where'd she go?
Well, that's a she.
Oh yeah, that's what. Sorry, well met. What's her brother's name?
Farewell.
Farewell.
Yeah, farewell.
Sorry, I got it mixed up.
But so you're like, oh, I need to borrow Rahala. She's just like, oh, okay. Gets up. Something wrong?
No, actually went super great with Yanisha over there. Hopefully, we have an arrangement worked out. Also, just FYI, you're probably used to this. He's gonna hit on you.
Do I need to go over there or what?
Oh no, I'm just warning. I mean, you can if you want. I'm just giving you a
don't-
heads up, friendly heads up.
Oh wow, he's pretty cute, but no, not really. I'm sort of busy.
Friendly
today.
heads up was all.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. So you got a meeting or something?
Yes, he's gonna come by the office tomorrow. We're gonna have a chat about working out a potential deal with getting maybe a letter from.
From
I can't remember
Danouche.
this guy's name. Yes, Danouche. Thank you. From Danouche. I want to call him Danouche every time. For some reason, instead of T, I want to put S at the end. I know it's wrong, so stop. So Danouche. Yeah. So maybe a letter from him because he's not local anymore. So get a letter from him to explain my claim to the building, and we just have to work out a price of postage. Let me put it that way. I'm bribing him.
Okay. I was confused
you
you
just
were
be
going to wait to
facade.
ask that.
Yeah.
Should you just be saying that in the middle of the bar?
I'm bribing officials. There you go.
So,
Everybody laughs.
literally,
Well-
someone at another table goes, "Here, here!"
Yeah.
People are
Yeah, Lamia just
clapping.
looks horrified.
You,
No one
you
believes it.
vastly overestimate how much drunk people care about what I'm doing.
No one believes him at all, or just doesn't care.
Yep.
Just somebody who's clearly a city official that's just like, "Me too!" And somebody else claps.
I like pointed at
You
that
like to
guy.
clap?
Yeah.
Me too.
Pointed at that guy and laughed.
Bribing
Anyways,
yourself?
so yeah, we'll have that tomorrow. No, I just want to give you a heads up on that I'm probably going to duck out early. Make sure those two don't cause any more trouble. I point at Sam and Lamia individually.
Lamia frowns.
I'm trying to double fist in it, so.
Yeah, that's mostly him. I my thumb over to Sam. Mostly him.
He's
'Cause I
still
need to
really
go
that
over
from all the work
a
I've done
business
today.
plan here with Mayor, so that's why I said I'm going to
Should
check
get
it out.
lighted.
Done. Yeah.
Alright, so morning meeting with Yanish. Did you learn anything else about him? Anything he probably didn't want to tell you?
I mean, I learned that he handles escape routes out of the area, especially dealing with closed borders, which means I also have another conversation to have with him about potentially getting back to Gurga. And then back. Ugh.
He wants to go back to that haunted house or whatever.
Unfortunately, I do. I mean, I really don't. I really, really don't. But I am
Oh,
obligated
thank the
to.
gods. No, listen, just you saying you really don't is... You don't know how refreshing that... I'm always not quite sure if you've really gone crazy or if you're like the normal amount, and that's a reassurance for me. Because no one should
Normal-
want to go into something like that.
Normal amount of crazy, yes.
Yes, that I can
Lamia
tolerate,
looks
that I was
away,
hired for.
kind of pouting.
But yeah, so, you know, I've got to
Doesn't
deal
say
with all of that consequences and past and whatnot.
Interesting. All right. Well, this is good news. Obviously, we have to hope he's actually good at what he does, but if he's passable, that's one thing sort of dealt with.
I think we've got a fairly good rapport going. It might have been a little gritty going there at first, but I think I won him over. So,
As you do.
relentlessly polite.
Relentlessly. That's a good way to put it. I should try that sometimes. Now, so I know that there are some other projects maybe on the horizon, but I was wondering about perhaps continuing some of my education soon. it's rather expensive, and it could take some time that I'd need to spend away from the office, traveling a little. Not right this second, just if you could let me know when there's maybe 2 or 3 weeks free where I won't be needed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll chat with the gang, of course, and then consult with Mia, see what the books look like, but we'll be able to clear that time pretty soon, I'm sure. As long as we can get this whole office situation squared away, we'll probably have the free time after that.
Of course. All right, excellent. Thank you. I was just talking to some of the old acquaintances and things about it, and have enlightened me on some of the avenues that I have, and it's quite exciting. But all things in time. Are you going to sit with us, or are you heading out now?
I can stay for another. I just kind of like look at my head around, drinks worth of time, let's say, and then I'll probably head out.
Excellent. She pulls a seat out for you. Lamia, you see the guy's just like, okay, look, fine, okay, we'll tell a different story. I won't talk about the Stormhashen. Like, you spent this whole time working up this Stormhashen story, and you get a little bit of opposition. He's like, a little bit? It's been 45 minutes! They're just arguing about trying to tell a story. Well, Sam just drinks and dances on a table nearby.
I will just put my mug down on the table and be like, have you guys ever met a troglodyte? Like, as I sit down to start talking. More accurately, have you ever smelled one? Oh my gosh.
One of the other guys was just, unfortunately, yes. I was a part of a circus troupe when I was younger, and my father, like, he got one young and he raised it up and he was like trying to teach it tricks and stuff. That scent, that musk is natural. It doesn't matter what environment you raise them in, it just comes out. And you don't get used to it. I'll tell you that much. You don't. Don't try.
It takes so much to wash off your clothes, unless your clothes are magic. I flick my coat when I say that.
It clings. He kind of goes on about that. Someone's just like, right, yeah, you always do this. Anytime someone talks about childhood or troglodytes or smells. When did you meet a troglodyte, Mr. Wasif? We'd love to hear your story, uninterrupted.
A month ago? A month ago? A lot of them?
Gross. What else happened? But I assume you just kind of mingle. I don't know if anyone wants to do anything specific or do anything
filling in the
wild and
basics
crazy.
of that story. I'm omitting, of course, the ending part of the story where we go fight an acid, and I'm omitting the reason we were on that quest. Just going over the like running into troglodytes in the woods and chatting to them.
Right. Should talk to Sam's parents.
Do I think there'd be enough time to head to a butcher to grab food for tomorrow? Because I ate all my food that Sam bought me. Because of course I did.
It's nighttime. There's no butchers open.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hide your
Go
cats.
find a Klondike bar? By which I mean a goat?
Like, you could go to the barkeep and be like, hey, can you sell me some raw meat and not tell anyone about it? Like, you can do that.
You
know
can't
what?
serve
Yeah,
that to
yeah,
people.
Lamia-
It's for Lamia. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lamia will do that.
Like, some people might just eat raw meat. It's just that you're Demi, so it'd be kind of weird.
You
Yeah.
know, it's easy excuse that's
Hoodoo or-
for my bird.
Yeah, Lamia will go ahead and do that because, hey, if Eli could yell like I'm bribing a city official and nobody really give a fuck, yeah, I can buy raw meat.
You
Whoa, whoa,
vastly
whoa.
overestimate how much other people care about what
Bribing
you
a
do in
city
a
official is
bar.
one thing.
Yeah.
OSHA will get after our ass. They'll close us down.
But also, it is a
Health
slightly
department will
different
come down
situation.
here. Yeah, no.
He's one random weirdo yelling something absurd.
That is true.
Like, walking up to a person and requesting something weird is a little different. However, when you do that at the barkeep, he's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, it doesn't actually bother him.
Cool.
Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive because he's not fucking a meat stall or whatever, butcher shop.
Yeah.
But if you want to get enough to, like, feed yourself tomorrow, it'll be like 4 silver, we'll say.
Okay. Done.
All right. So you guys drink and are merry for a while. Do you guys try to get Eli to stay longer?
No.
It's up to him whether that's even possible, but no,
That would be a bad friend.
Yeah, I'll leave. I'll go back to the office to talk with Mayor about what kind of price we feel like we can offer this guy for this signature.
Yep. So you head back. I don't know what your actual wealth is at right now. Let me see.
I can tell you, because without the money from Clint, I have my business treasury right now. We've got 1,023 in the treasury, but the money from Clint hasn't showed up, obviously. So
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Treasure. Said 1,000. Oh, it's not updated on this sheet. Hold on. How much was it?
1,023 gold in the treasury.
1,023. I'm gonna update it on the actual business sheet.
Oh, yeah, I haven't updated the business sheet in a minute, I don't think. But it's updated on my sheet.
Dope. Yeesh, that much. So yeah, Mayor will tell you that, like, I mean, you can dig pretty deep just because ultimately this is saving a crap load of money.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to go below about 300 just in case for, emergencies or anything else that comes up, as well as just upkeep.
So my initial offer, just for sake of clarity, my initial offer was going to be 500. That was what I was going to offer him initially. So if Mayor also thinks that's a reasonable amount or whatever, that's going to be my initial offer to this guy when he comes in the office. And then we can haggle if necessary, but that's just going to be mine.
Yeah,
opening.
That's probably that's about where his head would be at. Is,
okay, cool.
Yeah, that's kind of our limit. So we want to go down from that, so that way if he insists on a higher price, then he can still get it.
Sounds good.
Ultimately, unless you can go actually retrieve the landlord or figure something out really, really good with the military, you kind of have to get this done. Is his perspective.
I'm in agreement too. Because even if we make a deal with the military, it's likely going to cost us more than 500. So, or 700 even, if that's like our max, right? Let's say 700 is our max. It's still probably going to cost us more than that. Granted, I've also got I've got like 300 gold on me from the stuff that Clint paid us earlier, when we were at his house. So I can flex a little more if I absolutely have to. But I'm just working out of the treasury right now. So,
of course. Okay. So you guys get that sorted. He's like, he's gonna go update the books and everything just to like accommodate for that and make sure that much wealth is like actually liquid, isn't a part of anything else. Gets reported, all that kind of stuff. He's gonna get that taken care of. Cool. So you get that ready and then sleep for the night, essentially.
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably just crash down and have a good sleep. I might try and do a little bit more like dream realm walking stuff, mostly just to talk with Aldwin, I think, more than like to actually have a conversation with him, because obviously I talk to him all the time, but he doesn't talk back. So
right. Anything specific you want to go over? He doesn't have any, not that I know of, he doesn't have any specific information right now.
No, I just kind of want to talk to him in general about like kind of just trying to get like more of a feel on like the whole master situation, still talking about the house, like things he might remember that I don't, because obviously he experienced that whole event in a different plane and also probably doesn't have like trauma memory gaps that I definitely do. Right. So
the one little bit you'll get to learn from him about that is where he is, that manor always seemed kind of wispy and insubstantial, like, which was normal for buildings around there. But after the big cataclysm thing that happened, it seemed like it was more drawn into the plane. Like it became more solid to him.
Right.
Which, you have knowledge planes?
Maybe. Let me look. Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, give me a check, because he doesn't know how to articulate it in a way that just gives you the info. Okay, 15 or 14. Keeping that.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a 14, you don't extrapolate a ton from what he's telling you, other than like, yeah, it makes sense why it might be partially more substantial there. It did become more magical. There was like a planar ritual happening. So you don't know if that means though that it's like existing in the same amount of presence in both planes at the same time, or if it's actually faded from this one slightly. You don't know like what that means or like where it exists the most fully. It could be anywhere on the spectrum. It could be slightly ethereal even, where certain things like disappear or shift between planes or blink in and out or whatever, depending on time. Or it could be in a specific state where it is like partially ethereal in the same way always. You don't really know.
Okay. I'm also going to ask him at the end, just if with my meeting tomorrow with Yanish, if he can keep like vibe checking this dude to see if he's for real about like his ability to move people. Like, because I'm going to prod and ask questions. But since I don't vibe check, I'm going to ask Aldrin to do it.
Fair. He will try.
So that way, when we talk the next time, he can be like, "Nah, he's full of shit. He sucks," or whatever, you know.
He'll certainly try. He does.
And then I'll be like, "Language." But
from where he is, everybody looks easy to draw.
yeah, that's true.
In other words, people are not like super detailed to him, but that doesn't mean he can't try to keep an eye and maybe try to pick something up.
Yeah. Look, he's got a better chance than I do. With my absolutely flat check.
Right. Von D20. Okay, but cool. So that's you. The other two of you. You guys doing anything else?
I'm essentially just waiting until Rahala's ready to go back to, I guess, the inn to walk her there, because I don't want her walking alone in the dark. And then I'm gonna flee outside the city limits and go to sleep. So actually, I might run around a little bit first, because that meat was really delicious.
Just run around, running off the mead, even though you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, my neck.
I don't want to take chances.
I just
If
want
that's
to point
what.
out.
No. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. The best bodyguard of all time in the middle of the night is the glowing, red-eyed, scary wolf-possessed woman for sure. Like, there is absolutely 0% chance someone tries to rob you guys.
Yeah, she's leaving now. Let's go
You just
follow
show up,
her.
they see that.
Like,
Nope.
turns around like, no, never mind. Let's go back in.
That's like a
Unless they're an
regular
Avarok.
crook got sprayed with like
Yeah.
scarecrows like fear gas and went to mug somebody. It was like,
like, no mugging tonight. No mugging tonight.
I've made a mistake.
But I mean, an Avarok might try, but they also might be just like, what? Why you do that?
You need to talk.
Okay, get out of here and kill that person. But no, yeah. So yeah, Rahala stays pretty late. She drinks a lot. 'Cause she
I'm
hasn't
also
had a night
staying
out in a
drinking.
while. And yeah, like you guys haven't had a night out in a while. Been chased by harpies and all this other bullshit. Had to negotiate with fucking 8 eggs. Yeah, you've been through a lot of shit.
I have 2 glasses and I need them both full. So,
But yeah, eventually, it gets late enough that like she finally pulls herself away from the other group and is like staggering a little bit. And they're like, "No, don't worry, we'll walk you home. We'll walk with you. We'll be a group of people swaying wildly, and you know it'll make us look bigger to ward off predators." So you got, it's not just you, Lamia. There's like a whole gaggle of bards that are also going to go travel. But you know, when you get outside, it's dark. Your eyes are going to start glowing, and when you talk, you're going to have sharp ass teeth.
Yep.
They may not notice because they're drunk, but they may really notice because they're drunk.
I'll just be behind
Hard to
them
know
and
what
not
they're gonna fixate
talking.
on.
You know.
So, yeah, if you're still gonna go, yeah. And yeah, like that's the whole group that's all walking together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them one collective perception check.
Yeah, they'll see.
But they're drunk. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
They do not notice.
There's a drunk.
Holy heck! Oh,
One of
yep,
them-
the DM.
Yeah, it's me. As they're walking, one of them goes like, as you guys are going or whatever. Like one of them is like stops talking. He's like staring at you. And you see his eyes get real big. He's like, "Hey, wait a second!" And he like reaches up and pulls a snail out of your hair. That's it's got like a dark red shell. And we'll say a kind of honey-colored body, like a kind of light golden yellow colored body. He's like, "Hey, look at that! You're lucky. It's a lucky snail." And one guy's like, "What's lucky about it?" "It's a lucky snail." "What are you talking about? What, you've never seen one before? This is probably higher up than most snails have been. And he survived the night because yours truly has found him." He goes, "You're drunk, mate. Keep walking." He goes, You're drunk." And they keep walking. As he's now just holding the snail in his hand, he seems to have forgotten about. So you narrowly avoid that. You finally get back to the inn where they're all at, and then they see Rahala off, and then they wander off in a gaggle towards the inn that they're all staying at. Bye, have a lovely time. Anyway, so yeah, Rahala gets to her room, and she stops and says, "You're not gonna like choke me or anything again, are you?"
No, I was just making sure you got here. I'm gonna go leave now. You have a good night,
Okay.
Rahala.
I really appreciate that. It was not a fun experience.
You want me to? No, what? No.
That's the same thing I was thinking.
Sam, what are you doing here?
What? No.
Oh, that was terrifying, closing the door. He's still dancing. He went right through the wall.
I got no clip on.
He drank himself into no clip.
But yeah,
Wake up. How do I turn the cheats
I
off, guys?
If you drink enough, you become a Bethesda character and just click through everything.
I have no way of making it up to you, Rahala.
Oh, no, dear, you're good. I just wanted to make sure you weren't going to do it again. That's all. No, you're lovely. No, it's fine. It really is. We're really good friends. You're so kind and very strong, and I really appreciate you as a person. Catch me, I'm falling. She's
Oh, God.
Hip backwards. You just like grab her. See, this is why I love you. Could you maybe just like walk me a few feet?
Yeah, to your bed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can take it from there.
yeah.
Just walk her over, let her go. And just.
Yep.
Yep, this is fine. Lock the door
Uh,
on your way out.
I do actually want to make sure she's able to breathe perfectly fine.
Let me check your throat real quick. Yep. Okay.
I just gotta get it out. I just gotta get it out of you. That's the way. This is
Awful.
the way.
Awful.
No.
Oh man.
No, she seems okay. You've already had a
Okay,
couple.
perfect.
You had like a couple of moments where you're like, oh crap, she gotta throw up, and she didn't. She's good.
Cool. Then I
She's
leave and
settled.
out of the village I go. Or town.
As you're leaving, she's like drunkenly trying to cast alarm. Like, does this spell luck this way? Is it gonna? I don't know. But cool. So you head out of town. Neat. So the next morning rolls around. Wait, actually, hold on, Sam. Did you actually leave when they all left, or did you just stay? Okay.
I'm dancing and I'm drinking.
You're gonna stay till they kick him out.
I'm assuming you have no perform skills. That's fine. You were very drunk, which means you have some liquid courage, and confidence is key when it comes to any charisma checks.
Yes.
So I'm going to have you roll a charisma check for perform. You describe the performance. It could be the dancing you've been doing, but I'll allow you to narrate it. But I'm going to give you a +3 to this, because you were quite inebriated, and have basically no inhibitions by this point.
That is one hell of confidence boost.
I'm strutting around very bow-legged, doing my arms back and forth like I'm walking, but I'm doing it backwards, so it looks like I'm just backing up the whole time.
Okay.
Are we singing Old Town Road too? Just because I feel like that is for some reason Sam's drunk song, but it's
I
short.
should
not
have
horse.
been a cowboy.
God.
Guys, it's the Toby
Right.
Keith Memorial Stream.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
But it's
All right,
not.
give me the check.
It's not.
Charisma +3.
Oh,
Oh, 21. That's solid. Do you want to
that
enhance
is
that?
pretty darn good.
No.
Ah, you guys
What?
suck.
You don't want to do the sun die?
We
We don't even know if we have a luck die.
got one from Ellie earlier.
You definitely
Oh,
got
good.
at least one from Ellie earlier. But, so
You guys suck. It's my style for tonight.
so as you're doing your crazy little strut there, and finally, eventually, the bartender's just like, "Sun's coming up," and it kind of dawns on you. It's like, well, that's the third time he said that. And when you
Oh,
like
sorry.
turn to look like at him to like kind of acknowledge that he said something, you notice that there's like a line of like 6 other super fucking drunk people behind you that were doing the same dance. Not like choreographed, but they definitely took your lead. And you all like look up at the same time. And he goes, "That was creepy. Get the hell out."
I go and
It's daylight. You'll be fine.
I go in there and I reach in my money bag and I go, "There you go, sir. Thank you for the night."
They're all like, "Yeah, thank you." They all start just like dropping money on the counter. And he's like, "Okay."
He gets 5 gold. Nice.
Just D10. I just crack.
Nice.
He's like, "Thank you kindly. Anytime, Mr. Goodwin."
I start doing the dance out the door.
He opens the door for you.
Hey.
You can see one of your flock kind of gets lost because they've got, I don't know, they got like a wicker basket on their head or something. So they just,
No, they get
bump
in
into the
Skyrim.
wall several times. And he like guides them out so that like they peek under it. There we are. Are we all? Hey, stop for a second. I got room. My house is just oh shit. Yeah, it's that way where it's not as bright. He goes,
That way.
we're going this way. Yeah, I got room. My wife it was my birthday. Shit, it doesn't matter. I can drink as much as I want. I can bring friends. So he starts going the wrong way again. But anyway, Sam, so you get to sleep on the pretty comfortable living room floor of one of the locals of Saigon. They kind of a nice house. You wake up, there's like a dog just like sitting there looking at you.
Scratch.
Ellie says you created the first frat house.
No, I doubt it.
Right. There's a bunch of other just drunk people just asleep. Some are just like, oh, fuck. Yep, it's time. It's time to work. A few of them get up, and some of the other people who like don't have to do anything are just like, bye. This like plump, older Volu woman comes through eventually. She's just like, oh lord. I brought the whole barn, did he? She starts putting out like tea and like water. And you hear, or you can smell some food cooking in the kitchen.
They have I'm just gonna say I just need some salt and pepper. Okay. As I go to leave, I'll pick up a rock from the ground and I'll cast all food on it.
Boop all food, please.
Eating a rock. Oh man.
Okay.
You even recovered it. That's amazing.
So you get the salt and pepper. You start heading out. Like you pick up a rock. We'll say the door is still kind of open. Like as it's closing, you take a bite out of it. You look back. You see one of the guys had just woke up, and he just goes. As the door closes.
They're gonna think I'm a bear. They're thinking I'm a bear or something. Like, oh, you gotta be careful around
apparition.
That Samuel Goodman guy.
So
I swear to God, he drank way more than anybody should be able to, and then he ate a rock the next day. He swallowed a rock. No, he like bit into a rock, chewed it, and swallowed. He put salt and pepper on it. It was chewy.
It like squished. I don't understand. Like, you're drunk as shit. You just woke up. You know that didn't happen. No, I saw what I saw. You know? But cool. Yeah. So yeah, morning rolls around.
Sam, you are such an odd troll.
Look, if my characters don't achieve anything like great in their in their like normal gameplay, like oh yeah, he saved a village. No, I want him to become infamous. Smoke bomb guy. That's a Thursday campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say I'm just eating rocks, I guess.
The Goron.
Venti and his moonshine.
That is one way to go about it.
Yep.
Give me a quick fortitude save.
Yeah, you're gonna
see
need
how
it.
hungover you are.
I'm built like a shit house.
A shit house. Built like a porta-john?
I mean, all
Like,
things
whoa.
considered, like you got some memory gaps for sure. The light kind of
How did that dance
hurts.
go? Did it like was it right, left, right, or is it right, left, right?
But like, you expected a way worse hangover. You must be getting stronger,
Mm-hmm. It's all that wood chopping I did.
right? Eli, you left at a reasonable time. Nobody pressures you. You don't have to make a check. Lami, you had a mug of mead. You're not
There's
gonna need to
so
make a
many
check.
synonyms. Just so you know, I looked up so many synonyms for drunk that start with S. That's the most alliteration you can possibly have in chat. Just so you guys know.
Swift.
Yeah,
Swift.
dude, I don't know half of these words.
Squiffid.
Sausage.
Sottish.
Sozzle.
Squiffy.
Soust.
The most alliteration
Stinko.
I could slam into
I know
a
Stinko,
some
yeah,
sauce,
stinko.
Basically.
Absolutely
Yeah.
stinko last night.
Oh gosh.
I mean, slaughtered, that sounds like a modern thing.
Yeah, slaughtered drunk.
Squiffy.
Yeah.
Slaughtered.
Squiffy. What the
Shellacked.
frell?
Look, all I know is that I looked up synonyms for drunk, and there was a lot.
You got a
of
bit squiffy, eh?
them.
Right?
A
That's all
lot of
British
them.
slang.
And there was this many that start with S. Okay, it was a
Mhm.
page of synonyms. This is just the ones that start with S.
Wow.
Samuel, the shepherd of the... I know.
Oh yeah, I spelled Shepherd wrong. That's fine.
Yeah.
Shepard.
It's fitting. It works.
Yeah.
Rex. Shepard.
Shepherd. Shepherd.
Look, it didn't ding me on spelling. On usually it says if you spell something
Yeah.
wrong. So I just didn't pay attention because I was just typing it fast.
Anyway, I guess we make our way to
Also bad spelling.
Yeah. That reminded me of the fucking Citadel party scene. It's like probably one of the funniest things, like just sequences in video games. It's so good. If you go to the part where there's, I'll be quick, where Rex and Shepard are together, it's just this whole interaction is like Rex, Shepard, Grunt, Rex, Shepard. Like this round table thing. Like it's great. I was like, I'm so glad they put this in there. And also, Grunt ends up he gets drunk as shit. He ends up being the doorman, Like, he's just having fun just telling people to go away. He's like, yeah, look, he goes, you like go up to him and you go, oh, can I try it? He's like, yeah. You just look at this thing and you say no. And you turn people away and he just starts giggling. He's like, yeah, it's great. Hey, let us in. No, get lost. He just keeps doing it. I was like, this is fantastic. I love Grunt.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yes, morning comes around. Sam is a tiny bit hungover, but not as bad as he should be. Rahala is thrashed. Like, she looks like she did her makeup still, and her hair is done and everything. But, like, as soon as she sits at, like, the front desk area, she just goes, oh, I want to die. All right, I'm fine. Oh, God, turn that lantern down.
You want some rock?
You want some rock?
Yeah, can you just wing it against my head really hard? Like, don't hold back. If I stay awake, I'm going to be really upset.
I don't know if I do that.
I can make you deaf
Then I
Sam,
just
are you
live with it.
eating that rock?
and blind.
Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, you are eating it. How are you doing? Do you have metal teeth? What's going on?
Magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a okay. Oh, that's
How's
hard
it
to
taste?
With my mouth full. Bland.
Try it. Maybe he can. I don't know.
I think it says it has a bland taste and a slightly gooey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm willing to believe him when he says it's bland, and if things taste bland enough as it is.
I imagine it's like silly putty almost where it stretches and then snaps.
I think it actually keeps its texture and shape other than eating it when you're eating it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you wouldn't be able to mold it or anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd have to bite it.
Yes. Which is also funny because that means if you hand it to someone, it just feels like a rock.
Mhm.
You can just take it.
You take a bite, you go, want some? And they're just like, it's a rock.
Yeah.
More for me.
Objects such as hot coals or a burning torch continue to produce energy after you transform them into all food. If the creature attempts to eat such an object, it takes damage accordingly.
Yes. So you can't just eat hot coal. Well, you can eat hot coals. They're still
You
hot.
just take fire damage from them.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great fucking spell.
Listen,
Lana,
I
do
eat
you
pizza
try some?
rolls straight
Is-
out the oven. I think I can eat a hot coal.
Boy, you could. It would be a good idea. It'd be about as good idea as eating the fucking lava pockets. So, Lamia, do you try the all food? I mean, how often do you get to eat a rock?
I guess, but I won't be surprised when it just tastes the same as everything else does.
You take a bite of the rock?
Yeah.
Well, I need you to make an attack roll because Dwayne Johnson does not play that shit. Okay. So,
What?
You bite into it. It is gooey and bland, but like it's a little different. The other, well, not. Yeah, you do have a bite. So,
Bite.
she just like snaps through this fucking thing. It is gooey. It is a little bland, but like it's not bland in the way that other foods are, where they're just like off. And like there's like a disappointing something like something's taken away from them. This still seems like food. It doesn't taste great, but as you like chew it up and swallow it, it does feel nourishing.
Oh my god. Sam, I think I can eat this.
I mean, it's a rock. I mean, I can eat it too.
No, I mean, I think I can eat it and get full.
Oh, okay. I can do that at least once a day.
I'll walk out and be like, how drunk
Want some
are
rock?
you? When he still got the rock in his hand, he's like, how drunk are you?
It's got like 4 bites out of it.
That's salt and pepper. I want to try it.
Man, it's already
Now
got
it's
salt
gooey
pepper.
and bland, but it has salt and pepper. Yeah. But
Ugh.
cool. that pretty much took us right up to 11.
Yeah,
So,
and that
you
works.
You guys kind of chill a little bit in the morning, shake off a little bit of drunkenness. Well, Rahala doesn't. She's gonna be in pain most of the day, but does not have Sam's constitution.
I mean, I could just cast Deep Darkness in a room, and you could go sit in there and then be quiet and dark.
I don't have to work. And obviously, Mayor has zero sympathy. He's like, "You knew you had to work today."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What are you doing? But
He's
yeah,
an unforgiving man when it comes to this like responsibility.
we will wrap for today. And I think that was our second session.
Yep.
Yeah.
Session number 2.
Yeah. One more before off week. Right, off week. Do other thing week.
Yeah.
But there's all these damn dice on the screen.
Base.
Yeah, 'twas fun. Okay, good. You ended the prediction. Nice.
Yep.
Thank you everyone for coming. It was a blast performing for you again. The dance of Samuel Goodbean, the dice of Eli Wasif, and the teeth of Lamia Sansamar.
Yeah.
And let's find somebody to raid.
And I'm gonna say, hey, you should subscribe to their Patreon. I got to listen to their 2.5 hour rant about the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and it was great.
Yeah. You can check out the Patreon. It's patreon.com/unnatural_1s. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, there's a link on the Twitch. There's also a link on our YouTube, which you should also go to our YouTube and subscribe and click the bell and comment and all those things for the videos. Plus the Discord link is in the chat here. It's pinned, so you should join the Discord. We talk more on there. We share silly memes. There's also links to everything on the Discord as well, and announcements to keep up to date with all of what's going on. Just like the fact that Keegan's going to be playing on Lost Initiative tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Why did we just get suddenly more people? I'm sad because they got to miss it the rest of the stream.
That's
Also-
right. They're going to go wherever we're rating.
Yeah.
True.